Three guys and a bear, and also a dog. There's still dying animals in the studio.
My favorite part of that was the sheer panic as Rob realized he had not prepared a noise for this intro.
Absolutely.
There was a like pure like,
bring it up immediately.
and then he just went, "What can I do? What can I do? Bird? I always do bird. I'm out of time. Bird. It's gonna be a bird."
Yeah, no, that's very accurate, to be honest. Well, I can tell you my thought process is this is our Christmas special. And,
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Yeah, and I was gonna try to, put the NFL theme with a Christmas song, but that was too much in that
You
short
could not
period
do
of
that
time.
in 3 seconds.
Yeah,
no.
no.
You didn't
If
want
you had
Wayne
maybe
Brady.
had like any thought about it before the podcast, that might have been a possibility.
No, I was actually, before the podcast, I was readying a bit, which was I would, before we begin, I want to start with some real NFL news, which is that we had a player go down with a season end, what should be a season-ending injury to any other host, but really showing incredible grit and resolve. Bear is playing through his injury right now.
That's true. Thank you. I'll take a quick round of applause if you don't mind. I don't want to, I don't want to make it all okay. There, no, thank you guys. That's too kind.
Very good.
I've got a neck strain I'm dealing with. The
Adam Schefter's reporting.
They were close to pronouncing me dead on the scene, but I arose like a phoenix, and I am here once more to provide podcast entertainment.
Hey, you know what? I've strained my neck multiple times. It's terrible.
It sucks.
Yeah. It's real bad.
Can't
Especially
twist this bad boy anywhere, dude. I'm looking dead center all day.
Incredible grit, incredible toughness.
You have to legit just like stare straight ahead, then just be like, all right, here we are. And then
you're like Batman.
There are some saying that Mike White looks like a little baby bitch compared to me. Now I'm not saying that. I'm just spreading the word.
I think that was Adam Rappaport.
Are saying it.
Yeah.
I've heard that. Yeah,
Adam Rappaport with that one.
Yeah.
In fact, just laying down and having to get up may be the worst thing in mankind.
I'm here. I'm ready to go, though.
There we go. So we've got news on the old NFL thing. I don't know what the thing is, but it's the NFL thing. Jalen Hurts is hurt.
He's Jalen Hurts.
You've been waiting for that one, huh?
I actually haven't been waiting for that one. I just thought of it right now. But I'm sure
surely
somebody
no
others
other
have.
pundit on any of the NFL channels will make that joke.
Every news headline and every
this is where we'd have like an editor go through every like individual clip of every other NFL studio doing that.
Only that happened against the 49ers. They could have said Jalen Hurts pretty bad.
Actually, speaking of editors, this is why like good podcasts have one, so that we can skip the shitty jokes that we make.
Yeah, that's why people are
You don't have to hear this part.
cut to the good ones.
So yeah, he's hurt, and that means we get Gardner Minshew time.
Minshew magic.
Oh my
Minshew
god!
Mania is back, baby.
Dude, this season's got so many crazy quarterback
So many
stories.
storylines, dude.
Yeah, it really is. This has been a wild. We were talking about it before the podcast, but this has really been a wild season.
Absolutely.
It seriously has.
It's actually crazy because I saw a thing of the current NFC playoff quarterbacks, and you've got Jalen Hurts, 2nd rounder, Kirk Cousins, 4th rounder, Brock Purdy, last pick in the draft, Tom Brady, 6th round, Dak Prescott, 4th round, Daniel Jones was number 6, and Taylor Heineke undrafted.
Yeah,
so
that's wild. Yeah,
one first rounder in there.
An indictment on every front office in the league.
Well, what's funny is that the top, like one of the top comments is like, okay, but do the AFC, and the AFC is literally 6 out of 7 first rounders.
That doesn't count.
I mean, I will say though, how many of those are first overall picks? Because not a lot of them, and that has been the.
None of them, actually, I would say.
Yeah, right. And that's the conventional wisdom, right? Is that if you need a QB, you gotta tank for the first pick. But it really doesn't seem like it.
Joe Burrow is he was one, wasn't he?
Probably, yeah. I think so.
Was he?
Yeah, Joe Burrow was.
I think
he was number one.
He was number one.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's, a little bit. But I mean, they also got him like Jamar Chase, and they got him like weapon. They already had Joe Mixon, who was a high draft pick. So, I mean, they had a lot for him there. It wasn't like he went to Jacksonville.
Well, everything but an O-line.
Everything but an O-line. But, it's also, I think, a lot of mid to late rounder first round picks when you're a quarterback. You get a team that's like at least pretty decent already, so it's not as bad. Yeah. When you go high up to like, let's say the Jets of old. Yeah. it's not as great as going to like, like Jordan Love goes to the Packers and you're like, oh, he has like an actual team.
Yeah. Although his career though, he would probably be pretty pissed because he's gonna have a hard time getting a second contract.
Yeah, that's true. We'll find out. Off-season talk. That's off-season talk there. We're still in the playoff hunt, dude. Playoffs. Also, Sauce Gardner has allowed just 1 catch or fewer in half his games this season. That's pretty insane.
He's defensive player of the year.
He's a god. I mean, apparently it's a race between him and Woolen, and apparently there's a big debate among Seahawks fans and Jets fans. Look, I mean, obviously I'm going to put my 2 cents in favor of Sauce, but really, like, it's because Woolen has a lot of picks. But with Sauce, they just don't throw to him. He's that good. He's just that good. I mean, look, we'll talk about it later, but in the Lions game, they literally didn't target him a single time. Just putting that out there.
Wowee.
Yeah.
And then checking out the other injuries around the NFL, Jonathan Taylor put on the IR. Pretty much the Colts are on the IR at this point because they are done.
Well, it's not like they had like a crushing loss or anything, so they'll probably be fine.
They also have Kenny Pickett will start week 16.
Oh,
there you go. Khalil
interesting.
Herbert coming off the IR for the Bears. AJ Dillon's out of concussion protocol. Nice. Looks like the Seahawks, Kenneth Walker won't practice. That's not good.
That's a bummer.
And Josh Allen limited for first time since Thanksgiving. So he's obviously playing through some pain there.
I got you, Josh. Don't worry, man. I know exactly how that is. But you and me, we're gonna get through it together.
Yeah. And Lamar Jackson still not practicing.
Oh no.
So he
had one of those injuries where they they were like, oh, he'll be better, quickly, but then it's like, that's one of those that just kind of lingers.
Especially for a running quarterback.
Yeah.
But speaking of football games, we had football games.
We had football games.
They still doing that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I feel like speaking of football games is such a like you could use that segue at any point in the podcast.
Just use it for every single segue. 49ers Seahawks.
Oh baby, okay. So when Sin and I were talking about this in the quick snap, we described this as a blowout in everything but the score.
Yeah,
or at least we should
the
have.
Same
because,
thing.
this is
misleading score. This was no chance for
the 49ers completely dominated this game.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I had hoped the Seahawks in the Geno season, but just I think the 49ers are outside of the Eagles. Like it's 49ers Eagles is like the two.
Once they got McCaffrey, I mean, we thought on paper, obviously it looked really good, but seeing it in practice, dude, he's the answer to their problems. Yeah. Their offense is clicking.
180.
I mean, I don't want to take away from Brock Purdy, but the fact that they do have a rookie 7th rounder in there and he looks like a starting quarterback, I think is more of a testament to the offense than Brock Purdy.
Exactly.
Because to be fair, I believe this game, Brock Purdy threw a horrible interception that was just blatantly dropped by a Seattle defender. Like, awful.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bad throw, and he got kind of lucky. That could have been a momentum shifter early on.
I mean, oh, sorry, go on.
No, that was it.
Well, I was going to say, like, to your point, though, it is... There's a good reason why so many of the Shanahan offensive, like, the coordinators are head coaches around the league, and everybody's trying to do that, is because... For some reason, this offensive system that they're running out there makes QBs look good, no matter how good they are, I feel like.
Wow, what's that like? A good offensive system? What?
I mean, it goes without saying, really, but just to even further that point, and then when you plug in who is maybe the best possible fit for that system in the world, like, it's working really well, it turns out.
Yeah. It's plus they're one of those teams they've been together for years. Like I look at these players on this team and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember losing to them in the 2017 championship game.
Right.
Like they've been years of like team chemistry and everything. So like, they know what they're doing. They're a veteran.
They're scary, dude.
Yeah.
They are. I mean, they might make a run here at the end.
It's possible.
They're making a run right now.
Well, yeah, that's the thing that's happening.
They're going.
Meanwhile, the Seahawks kind of slipping.
Yeah. Dude, this is like, so Geno's still playing well, but they are not nearly as like well put together as this 49ers team. Like, that was the most evident thing from this game, is that like they just cannot compete at the same level as the teams like the 49ers and the Cowboys and the Eagles.
Yeah. In fact, they have now lost to the Buccaneers, the Raiders, and the Panthers and the 49ers in their last 4 of the 5 weeks. The only win they have is against the Rams.
They're starting to look a lot more like the team everybody expected them to be at the beginning of the season.
They are. But they're still looking better than...
They still look better than that,
Yeah, like, important to note, it is really, like, they're still overachieving. This is a team that that everyone thought was tanking, right?
Yeah.
And now they have a bunch of draft stuff going into the next year, right?
And they're not broke. Imagine being broke and having no draft picks. Can we
And to be honest, they don't have to look at... I think they don't have to look at QB at all, right? Like,
no,
just
not
focus
at all.
on the rest of the team.
Yeah,
Geno,
so
that's great.
Like, what is he, 30 or something like that? Like, he's still got a lot of time left in the tank.
Yeah.
Like, you can rely on him for a bit.
He's in prime.
So. He's at least earned another year of being the quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like, the most recent years, it feels like a QB's new prime now is like 25, but like for most of the NFL's history, a QB's prime is like 30 to 33.
Yeah.
So
he's doing it, dude. Yeah, I would feel great about trusting him at the helm next year in Seattle, no doubt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of football games,
hey, I mean, if you're gonna use it once, let it be for this game.
The
because
Colts decided
a
to stop
normal
playing a
football
football game.
Like, seriously, like, in what world does any of this happen?
So,
like, the beginning, the end, all of it.
I don't think I've been more excited to yell about a game on this show before. Like, and with good goddamn reason.
Funnily enough, when I saw the Colts were up 33-0, there was a part of me that was like, I think they're gonna lose still. Like, like just knowing it was the Colts. Like, if it was like, the 49ers, like any of these teams, I'd be like, okay, this is pretty. But it was the Colts. I'm like, dude, it's like
the score was
Matt Ryan again.
33-0 at halftime. That is insane.
It literally is historic. In case anyone doesn't know, this Colts game was, which, I mean, if you watched it,
dare you call it this Colts game? This is the Vikings game, my friend.
So this is the biggest comeback in NFL history at any level: playoff, Super Bowl, regular season. This is
biggest deficit
as big as it
overcome.
gets.
Yeah. And, it bears repeating. This is, of course, Matt Ryan's second experience on the other side of a historic comeback.
That's his legacy. That's just what it is now.
It really is.
So bad for him.
Matty Ice, dude. I mean, he's got so many other highlights that you could try to look at, but they're all going to be overshadowed by this.
It's just these two games. Those two games, that's all he played his whole career.
To make matters worse for Matt Ryan, just to throw it in there, One of my favorite memories was when the Falcons were the 1 seed and the Packers were the last seed, and we beat them in Atlanta by picking them off like twice and like pick 6, and it was great. That was the Super Bowl year.
Nobody remembers that year, actually. Sorry.
I actually do remember. That's when the Steelers lost.
No,
All right.
that's not true.
Whoa. Okay.
We're in the same. What annoys me about this game is that we have learned nothing.
Right.
We are
Exactly.
still in the
Agree.
same position where the Vikings can't win a game like a normal fucking team. They either have to become super gods, but only for half the game.
Yeah.
Or just how do you go down 33-0 to the Colts? How does that ever happen?
Well,
How does that ever happen?
So I will say it's not a case. In this case, it was very fluky that they ended up down 33-0 because
Very true.
That's their whole
not
season is
fluky.
fluky.
It's not fluky that the Vikings scored 0 points and a half, though. That's not fluky.
A lot
Yeah.
of
should
the
have had a
flukes, though,
touchdown.
were like those kind of momentum swings where they're on their way to putting points on the board, and then they get a fucking interception return for a touchdown or something.
Right.
You know, like those things were kind of resulting in their 0 points.
I will
And
say they
you're-
did have that. They had the one play where it was a fumble, like a clear fumble, and the Vikings picked it up and ran in for a touchdown, and they were like,
Yep.
"Nope, forward progress."
the refs took away 2 actually.
Twice that happened. Yeah.
And-
on top of that, they took away another giant return off of punt like before that.
Yeah, from the same player.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was even worse because in the Green Bay game last night, they had a play that was clearly dead.
Yeah.
And the player was like, his forward progress was stopped for like 2 to 3 seconds. He
Yeah.
wasn't
Like,
going anywhere.
stop
And then he
blowing
fumbled.
play dead.
Well, look, they should have blown that play dead,
Yeah.
but then he fumbled and they called it a fumble. Even though the
he
play should have
was
been
like-
blown
okay.
dead.
legit forward progress for like 3 seconds, and then he fumbled it, and they're like, "That's a fumble." I was like, "What?"
Man, I misunderstood you, but in this case,
Yeah,
it's
no, I'm
like,
saying they did the opposite this time.
Yeah,
Like,
right,
either make
right.
up your
So-
mind or change the fucking rule to
Yeah.
make more
They don't
sense.
know
then.
how to do that.
Oh, I mean, he was furious. Of fucking course he
Yeah.
would be.
Yeah.
For it being the second time that it happened in that goddamn game. But I was really hoping that the football gods were gonna correct this, and they sure did in a magical goddamn way. What other team? I asked this in the Discord after this happened. What other team in the NFL this year, without Tom Brady at the helm, and even that team probably is capable of this?
Chiefs.
Is actually like capable
Probably
of this
Chiefs.
comeback.
Probably the Chiefs. Yeah.
Probably the Chiefs.
The Chiefs. maybe, yeah.
I mean, maybe because that's the
But
thing,
can your
right?
defense hold on that long?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I think their
look,
defense is all right.
here's the thing: Kirk Cousins has had now 7 game-winning drives on the year, right?
So
So
that just
they've-
means they've
No,
been down 7 times.
Yeah, that's a
and he's
good
had
stat,
to
but you
fucking
shouldn't
make
be
miracle
down
comeback.
7 times. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, sure, but
And one of those wasn't
that's
even
all
him.
well
That was
and
Justin
good.
Jefferson. Should get credit for that thing.
Well,
Yeah,
Justin Jefferson should get credit for like a lot of this in this
For
season,
this
to be
team's
honest.
success. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're being really real, yeah.
Yeah,
If you,
Exactly.
if
but,
you
like-
downgrade Justin Jefferson even by one like half tier of a player, this team is like 5-9. Like it goes so
probably
much.
true.
Dude, you're exactly right, but I have not disputed that once all year. That's what I'm
Yeah.
telling you, man. He's that fucking good. And this, okay, so one thing I think maybe we learned from this game is just like to really solidify that, because look at the stat lines for the receiving core for the Vikings here. First of all, Cousins with 460 fucking yards in the air this
Yeah.
game.
He's
KJ
killing it this year.
Osborne with 10 catches on I think like 12 or 13 targets for nearly 160 yards. That does not happen without Jefferson pulling double coverage on nearly every goddamn play. Like, he enables this shit. He enables the running game. He enables more time for Cousins, who needs it, obviously, because he's still fucking Kirk Cousins. Like, Thielen is still on this team. You forget that because of fucking Justin Jefferson. Like, they have so many weapons. And they have the best weapon of all, which is what I continually say makes this team a contender.
My
But
issue
like,
with that.
but the thing is, I agree with 100% with everything you said, except implicate all of those things in the first quarter instead of the fourth quarter. You know?
Yeah, but they like messing with heart disease in America, to be honest.
Well, in Minnesota specifically.
Like I
Yeah,
keep
right.
saying that this team reminds me of the Packers last couple of years, but they actually do, because it's literally like, we have Devontae Adams as our offense, and then you get into the playoffs and the 49ers just like take Adams out of it. Like they're gonna
They just
play the
remove
49ers,
that, yeah.
they're gonna
Right.
take Jefferson out of it. They're gonna make you do all this other shit. And then when you go down by 30 to them, they're not gonna let you score 36. Like you just won't.
Yeah.
I didn't even mention Hawkinson in that though, man. And that's like to just
Yeah.
kind of counter that point too. Is like the other teams, they're not like this though. Like the step down from Jefferson to Thielen is massive, but like the step down from Thielen to Osborne or Thielen to Hawkinson is basically non-existent.
No.
And that's not what you
Dare
think
I
Thielen's
say,
above?
the Detroit Lions.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh shit.
I mean,
I actually
Good
think
point.
they do.
well, look, I'm just gonna. This is a stat that I found out in the Jets game, and it's still been true the succeeding weeks, which was that the Vikings are the best team in the fourth quarter, the whole
Yeah.
year. And the numbers are wild, by the way. Like it's like there's like a 20-point difference between like the Vikings, Jets, and everybody else. I mean, the Jets probably not so much after the past couple of weeks, but
Right.
but yeah, no. So I mean, I'm just saying.
Let me here's an interesting question.
Mhm.
If each team in the NFL plays to their maximum possible
Oh
potential,
yeah, the Vikings are one of the best.
you think they're one of the best teams in the league, right? Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't think anyone disputes that.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of consistency then.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, I look at this team. They're going to get into the first round of the playoffs. They are either going to do exactly this, have a miracle fourth quarter comeback drive and win the game.
I don't think they're incapable of anything else at this
Or they're
point.
going to get blown out like 40-0, like they did against the Cowboys. Like,
Yeah.
there's no, I don't see a world where this team
In
actually
fact,
just plays
that-
well and wins the game
This
easily.
literally
Yeah.
happened like years. It was the one where they had the Stephon Diggs touchdown against the Saints.
Yeah, they
had
did it
miracle
against the fucking
comeback,
Saints.
and then they got
Yeah.
shit on by the Eagles in the next round.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Eagles had more powerful magic that year, in fairness.
That's
which
true, yeah.
In also might be happening this year with Gardner Minshew coming back. It might be a repeat.
Yeah, it's in fact they lost to the Eagles 24-7 earlier in the year, and Kirk
Yeah.
Cousins threw 3 picks. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You
It's-
can't tell me this team is predictable at all. They are
Oh,
the most
God, no.
unpredictable team in the whole league.
yeah.
One stat that I do think is like again, it's very similar to what we've been talking about, but I think it's the most important takeaway from it is the fact that they are 10-0 in one possession games. That is a winning team. Like I know it's straightforward to say it that way, but like that's a team that just finds ways to win games. They keep doing it.
Yeah.
They've done it in every circumstance they've been given the opportunity. Every single time.
No, dude, I'm a fan of the team. In the past 5 weeks, has been in a lot of one-score games that they've lost. You know, and there's a difference there. There just
Exactly.
is.
Well, I think it's either they win. Here's the problem: they either win really close or they just get shit on. Like there's like no in between. It's like, oh, they barely squeaked that one out, or like they lost
I
40
genuinely
to 3. They
have
lost
faith
by
that they
12.
could win close games all the way through to the Super Bowl. Absolutely.
Their literal. I'm looking at this. Their literal one actually impressive win was Week 1 against the Packers.
Yeah,
Their
that's not
only
even that
convincing
great.
win.
And that was okay.
Yeah.
I watched that game. It wasn't even that like decisive
Yeah.
because we would add a touchdown if Watson was like if it was current Christian Watson, he probably catches that for a touchdown. But it was Week 1, his first catch, and he dropped the easy touchdown. That
I
was already
remember that,
14
yeah.
points. And then fucking there's some other dumb shit that happened. Oh yeah, Kirk Cousins threw a pick and he got called back. We dropped like 4 Cousins interceptions because our secondary's trash. So really, that didn't convince me of anything.
They beat the Bills. I'm looking back. They beat
Don't,
the
Bills
Bills.
don't. I was
themselves.
the,
You
the
should
Bills
say
beat themselves, man.
I mean,
Josh Allen fumbled the snap, dude.
Oh my god. We
If-
can't
Okay.
dig that back up.
Either
dude.
way, this we all have our Vikings thoughts and opinions. You know, they range much like the Vikings.
the
they
most
range
controversial
very-
team on this podcast.
It's very
Oh,
simple.
yeah.
The Vikings will either win the Super Bowl or they won't. That's
And
all we
my
can really
money
derive
is
from this.
on
Seriously,
a-
the Kirk Cousins saga has been the entire podcast. I think
Yeah,
it started
absolutely.
in season 1. I think.
I'm
I'm
just
gonna have
saying,
him on as a guest at this point.
Yeah,
usually,
really.
The playoffs are when all your flaws start to show, and I feel like the Vikings' flaws are going to show, and it's going to happen in the wild card round. Mark it down.
All right,
We'll
we'll
see.
see.
I'm
We'll see.
writing it down. I'm
Are they
writing
gonna
it
be
down.
I've been
wild
calling
card?
him in the Super Bowl since preseason, man. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of football games,
There we go.
we had the Ravens and the Steelers.
Browns.
Did we?
Browns.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Browns.
Oh no,
Browns,
I went back in time to look at the old Viking games. And,
All right, okay.
We had the Ravens and the
Elves.
the Elves. Yeah,
These teams suck. Finally,
yeah.
people are starting to believe me that this Ravens team is shit and ass.
Yeah. I mean, Lamar's
And guess
not
what?
playing.
No, they are shit and ass with Lamar too. That does not change. The fact, you know what? The fact that 80% of Discord still picked the Ravens even when Lamar was out shows that even they don't believe Lamar changes anything with this team. It just doesn't matter.
I actually heard a crazy stat on the radio, and I was listening to this while driving, and it's that the Ravens haven't had a wide receiver catch a touchdown.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Really? That doesn't. That. Holy shit.
Yeah.
They really need some help on offense.
That's
They do.
nuts.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way. And I was like, actually, yeah. Wow, he's
Jesus.
Mark Andrews, tight end. So it's either tight ends, running backs, or like Lamar Jackson running again.
They
Yeah.
had 9 wins.
Yep.
That is absurd. Holy shit.
I
Yeah.
told you they're the luckiest team on the planet. There's so many of their games they should have also lost. Like, this should not be a playoff team. It's not a playoff team.
I mean, I'm just gonna say they have a good defense and Lamar's good. That's it. That's really
That
what
is
it
their
like.
team,
Lamar wills them to victories, and if he's not in, they're not gonna win as much. You know,
Yeah. No,
because that
it's-
whole offense requires him to do anything because they've got nothing else.
I mean,
It's
this is
Lamar
like another
Jackson.
example of what happens when you get to the playoffs. Like the years the Ravens have always had Lamar Jackson like carrying them, then they get to the playoffs and they're like, "Oh, just shut down Lamar Jackson," and then they do, and then they lose. Like that's that's it. But on the other side, we had shitty man Watson.
Yeah.
He played okay. You know,
Not even
Yeah.
that. Not he was pretty bad still. And that
Yeah.
honestly, I feel like this is the best case scenario for me. Is
like-
that the Elves won and Watson still looked like shit.
Dude, the thing is too, it's not even like unfair to judge him by a high bar because he's the highest paid fucking quarterback in the league. So he should
Yeah.
be the best performing quarterback in the league, and
Yeah.
he fucking isn't at
like
all.
if you put these stats up, you'd be like, "Oh, wait, Jacoby Brissett still playing?"
yeah,
I didn't know that.
No, Jacoby Brissett was doing better. Way
Jacoby
better.
Brissett is an improvement.
Yeah.
It's like I had a feeling the Elves would win, but I still didn't want to pick. I might take the Elves in the future, but just I mean, listen, you either pick the Elves and you're like, God, I hate picking shitty man Watson, or you pick against them and you're like, God, I lost to shitty man Watson. Like, there's really no win-win here.
It just all sucks until the end of the year, I guess.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
overall, this game kind of sucked.
Yeah.
That's pretty
It's
much
good to see that Watson continues to stink, though.
Yeah.
That's like
It's
that's
like,
pretty good.
it's nice.
At least a little part of the world is right after all.
Yeah.
Then we had a much more fun game.
Oh
which
yeah.
was the Bills Dolphins. It was supposed to be a blizzard, but it did
Bro,
start.
I'm
snowing
never
at the end.
believing anyone who says snow game ever.
These
again.
motherfuckers were
This
promising
happens
like
I mean, it was kind of a
every time they say snow game, and then it doesn't fucking happen.
Look like
either
the goddamn-
either it snows too much and they cancel the fucking game or move it, or it literally is like clear sky. Give me a snow game, all right? Or
Yeah.
don't just fuck off. You're not
Like the goddamn
weathermen.
Pro Bowl in Hawaii out there in the first quarter, man. We're fucking cold at all.
I will say it was kind of a snow game in that the NFL had to implement a martial law like rule.
Oh yeah, that was so funny.
so the Bills fans, their section did get snow, and
The stadium didn't bother clearing any of it out. Apparently,
Yeah.
there was just snow in the entire stadium, like filling the seats.
and so they made a bunch of snowballs and they were launching them all over
Well,
those
it was a
Dolphins
funny.
players.
It was a funny progression because there were no snowballs until the Bills scored their first touchdown, and then they all threw snowballs at the Bills players to celebrate with the touchdown, and it was kind of cool. It was like, oh hell yeah,
that
snow,
was
yeah,
fun.
woo!
Yeah.
But then they just started throwing snowballs at,
Yeah.
like while the plays were going on at the players, and I was like,
Yeah.
what are you guys doing? Like, you
Oh,
had a cool
motherfuckers.
thing. You had a cool thing going, you could have just like not. But now they're gonna yell at you, and you're in trouble. Like you're a child. Come on.
And then at some point they made it so that if any player got hit by a snowball, it would be a 15-yard penalty against the Bills, which if you think about it for more than 3 seconds, you begin to realize, oh, all that's going to do is make all the Dolphins fans in the stands more snowballs. Bills a penalty because they actually have an impact on the game now. They became players all of a sudden.
Which apparently, by the way, was happening and was leading to fighting in the stands, according to some fan reports.
That's like it's like being in school or something. The teacher's like, if Jimmy keeps doing spitballs, then he's gonna get punished. And some other kid like throws a spitball, like that's it, Jimmy.
Like they're lucky it didn't lead to bigger issues. Like that was a really stupid way to deal with that problem.
It's like 50,000 people. You're treating them like a headmaster in an 80s movie.
And then you're serving them up
gonna
just
work?
alcohol, just fucking getting them.
Yeah, right.
Kidding, yeah. And fucking Buffalo of all places, dude.
Right.
They're before the game starts.
In hockey, they throw dildos on the field. You're lucky that you're getting snowballs.
The old hockey field, yep.
Yeah, right.
The old hockey field.
Look, I'm a sportsman master. You know,
this is all incredibly tame. If we start getting into like stories about actual football stadiums,
true,
you know, like that kind of shit.
right.
Insane.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or basketball.
Or
even
basketball,
yeah.
Use the
And that
what was
one
the
game.
Palace at the Palace, right?
Yeah.
That shit was wild.
Dude. Ron
The
Artest.
craziest sports thing I've ever seen. I feel.
Yeah, man, literally just jumping in the stands and beating the hell out of some. This is
The
an
wrong guy.
innocent- By the
Yeah,
way,
he's
the wrong guy. Yeah.
Wait, by the way, I don't know if there's like
he
a
went
brawl
full
going
LAPD
on.
there, dude.
Like there's a brawl going on. People are running, and this dude's just standing there with his beer, like, "Yeah, what's going on?" He's like, "Hey, Ron Artest."
Yeah, the guy that threw a beer at you suddenly has another beer in his hand, dumbass.
Busting it the whole time. Like, I don't need this one.
Yeah, that's. But
Anyway,
you know,
football game.
Josh Allen
Right, yeah,
played
we were
well.
talking about this game.
It was just one of those games where two good teams went at each other and the better team won. Like
Yeah,
straight
man.
up, the
I'm
Bills
glad
went
the
down
Dolphins
the field
showed
and-
up this game, dude, because I was worried they were gonna stutter again. But yeah, they did pretty well.
Yeah, this was just a good game, like a good hard fought game. Mostert had a really good running day. I don't know if this is right, but that's Salvon Ahmed, but the guy on TV kept saying Ahmed, and I was like, is he right or wrong? And I didn't know. So if
It's
anybody
like a general
actually,
pronunciation thing.
oh, maybe it is, but
Oh yeah, maybe.
it's possible. But
Dude, Waddle's been getting bottled up. Sorry for the rhyme. I couldn't help myself. But, like, he's kind of struggling lately.
yeah,
Like, he had the big catch this game, but otherwise, not doing so hot.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I do think the Dolphins are still a playoff team.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're a wild card team, but it's clear the Bills are like it's either Bills or Chiefs.
They're
at
big
this
brother.
point.
The Bills are
Yeah.
big brother in the division
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
they're the boss.
But in fact, I think if the Bills win out, they are the 1 seed, so they kind of control their own destiny.
Yep. Yeah.
So they beat the Chiefs. So
I hate that the whole division is good now. Can I just
Oh,
say
yeah,
that?
dude.
Yeah,
It's
the
the-
entire, it's like we finally got there, but everyone else is.
Yeah.
To be fair, the Patriots are not good. Let's just reiterate. that.
they're not
that's
good,
true.
but
I
they're not-
can't wait to get to that game.
Oh, boy.
I'm excited.
they're not like bad, right? Like they can still
They're bad.
compete. Well,
They're bad.
They're bad, but
Bad team. Bad team. Bad team.
Okay. Then we had Eagles Bears.
Eagles almost
Eagles?
lost this one. Honestly.
Eagles?
Kind of a
What
crazy.
happened?
So I was watching this game because it was on TV, so I was like, "Here we are, I guess." The Eagles did like nothing, and they were just getting stopped. And then all of a sudden, Jalen Hurts started, balling out. Mainly just AJ Brown. They just hit up AJ Brown. He had almost 200 yards. And then Jalen Hurts just started running, and then he ran for 3 touchdowns. So I was more surprised at the Bears defense.
Yeah.
And also, Justin Fields got hurt, right? Is he?
He
what's happening
got
with
hurt,
him?
came back in, like he always does.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like,
thing now.
I mean, what the season's over.
There's
Well,
no
Yeah.
reason at all. Yeah, I completely agree. It is preposterous that they're still playing him this much.
You see what he is. He's great.
Yeah.
Stop.
And he needs
let
a
him
team.
heal.
It's like they're trying to kill him.
Yeah, I don't get. Well, how much tape do you need? Really? I mean, you know how good he is. Like
Yeah.
that's enough. Don't give it to other
Put
teams.
him in
either.
your back pocket and wait till next year, Chicago. Okay.
Yeah, for real.
Well,
They also-
what's very fun to watch as a Steelers fan is just the more they lose, the better our draft pick gets in the second round, to the point where we basically have like another first rounder now because of how bad they've done it. And I'm just sitting here like, oh, yes.
And Claypool has been hurt, I think, as well.
Yeah, he hasn't been playing.
So they literally traded that pick for Claypool, who I think has like his stats are not good.
He's just had a terrible year.
Yeah. Let's see. I am actually curious to what he's had with the Bears. So he's had, when did that happen? Like week.
I think it was last week. 2 weeks ago. I don't remember.
So he's had 5 catches, 28 yards, 2 catches, 51 yards, 2 catches, 11 yards, and 1 catch, 8 yards. So he's totaled about 90 yards over 4 weeks that he's been with the Bears. And no,
check him with the stat truck real quick.
That's like a third of a Justin Jefferson game.
So, yeah, I mean, in fairness, like, well, I when the trade happened, I didn't really understand it either, because it was just like,
it made no sense. It still makes no sense.
Yeah. If you look at his stats when he was in Pittsburgh, it wasn't that great, you know? Like,
Just gave away a pick for nothing.
Remain the smartest draft team in the whole dang world. The way they handle the draft is just beautiful.
Yeah,
they're geniuses.
They do generally find good,
which is all I have to root for right now.
Yeah, I'm just happy because the Packers were going to get him, and then the Bears were like, "Ha, take this," and now I'm kind of like, "All right, you can take it."
Yeah, thanks.
That's fine.
I was very happy not to have to play fantasy this week, considering one of my lead running backs, Miles Sanders, put up a whopping 2 points total for the week.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I mean, this was the Bears are trying to be the Eagles. Like, that's what it boiled. Like, they want to be the Eagles because Justin Fields he's like, his evolved form is Jalen Hurts. Like, we've said it before. Like, that is it.
Justin Fields runs better than Jalen Hurts.
I was gonna say, dude, he looked better than Hurts this game.
I actually think Justin Fields might be like a unique kind of
the way
like Michael Vick here.
Yeah, like beyond that though, like it's weird because I think the closest he looks like is Cam Newton, but he's like way faster.
Yeah,
you know, he just doesn't get tackled either. Is the other thing?
Yeah,
like the play he had this game where he should have been sacked for like a 6-yard loss, and he took it to the end zone. I mean, he did step out of bounds, but like we're all gonna pretend he didn't step out of bounds because that run, he broke like amazing. 6 tackles, man. It was like a Marshawn Lynch run, dude. It really,
it was half the Eagles team. This is a 12 or 13-1 team, right?
One of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah,
he made them look like fools.
There's so many times where you'll be watching those replays and it's almost cartoonish the way that the defenders are trying to line up the tackle, and then they're like reaching out to grab him, and then all of a sudden they're like, "What?
You can hear the cartoon crashing noise, like
it is like, just imagine if Justin Fields was on the Jets right now. Like, how crazy would that be?
Why would you do that to Rob specifically?
Imagine if he was on the Denver Broncos right now.
Man,
playoff team.
Oh god!
You know, they went a whole 9 picks from Zach Wilson all the way to Justin Fields there, and they all went by him, dude. It wasn't just the Jets. Like, it wasn't just the Jets.
Although I in particular, I'm pissed about that one since I fucking said it.
You said it. You should have listened to Rob. Yeah, you're right.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about this, by the way, over the course of the week. Most years, I can say in retrospect, yeah, the Jets shouldn't have paid those fucking GMs millions of dollars. They should have paid me nothing to listen to my opinion and pick the players that I chose, and they did way better in the NFL, right? So I could say that with retrospect. This year, I was thinking, like, man, with Joe Douglas, that's not true. I'm consistently wrong. Except for fucking QB. For fucking QB! Of all the positions!
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just bring you in as a QB consultant.
They really should at this point.
So the worst part here is that I think Chicago was probably the worst place for Justin Fields.
Yeah,
like this is where quarterbacks die. Like, they have throughout history, and he might just like literally die at this rate. Because they're just like, what if we just keep playing him? They're like, oh, he's got a dislocated shoulder and he keeps getting hit and sacked because our offensive line sucks. There's no weapons. What if we just keep playing him, though?
They almost fucking killed Tua. They're just trying to find how far they can push it, I guess.
Yeah. It's like, And by the time they're like starting to peak and they get all these weapons, like he's gonna start slowing down. Like he's not gonna stay like this, you know.
Yeah.
So like, who knows what'll happen? I mean, listen, I don't like the Bears, but Justin Fields is good. Like he's insane.
He's really good.
Yeah. So are they gonna end up being like a Ravens where it's like Lamar Jackson carry us, where it's like Justin Fields carry us? You know what I mean?
Probably.
Like-
I mean, I don't know. It seems like the Bears are similar to the Jets in that they're gonna continue to have many years where they're like, oh yeah, the offense is doing pretty well. That's nice. All right, we're gonna draft all defense forever.
Yeah, it's I don't know. You know, we'll find out. But at the end of the day, the Eagles won.
Yep.
So, speaking of football game, the Lions, Jets, Lions lock paying off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is this where hope dies, Rob?
It's not. So it's actually not fully over.
It's not.
It's-
I think the Jets can just probably win out and be probably almost
I think they're in,
guaranteed.
yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, if we win out, basically we control our own destiny for the most part. If we win out and the Chargers and Patriots also lose like a game or two in that stretch,
They will.
then yeah, and they should.
Or the
and
Dolphins.
then
Well, they play the Dolphins, the Jets. So,
Oh,
yeah.
I see. Okay.
well, yeah, that's the sorry. I'm just
40 years later, just
yeah, this is what the Jets team does to me. Jeez. But no, yeah, like like basically, it could be that it really comes down to week 17, where that's our first playoff game. So I don't know. It might end up being that. I'm not sure, but it's a short week, so. You know, Mike White is probably not going to be back for Thursday.
I think you guys win this game with Mike White.
He's out.
I do.
He is
I think
out,
we win
yes.
with. I think we win this game with Mike White as well.
I think you guys have a pretty good chance even with Wilson because the Jags, I see them as a team that can very easily crumble to a good defense, and the Jets have a good defense. So this might be a surprising game upcoming. Where
I was talking about the Lions game, though. I think the Jets win the Lions game if White had played.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because Zach Wilson threw a horrible interception that could have changed the pace of the whole game.
That was a
And
fucking lame duck, dude. That was awful.
I want to point out too that like if you watched the game, because you could look at the stat line and be like, oh, Zach Wilson, he played pretty well, and it's so he is the weirdest fucking QB to watch because it's like if he's bombing it, he can't throw close or intermediate passes. Just can't. He'll sail it over their head like basically every time. So he can't complete screens, can't complete slants over the middle. Just can't do it, right? He'll do it every once in a while, and then it'll look really clean and nice. But in this game, he had to keep taking these miracle shot balls, and sometimes he actually got bailed out because we actually have really good offensive talent on the team right now, which is amazing. That's a new thing. Like there was one, I don't know if you guys saw the floater, the wobbler to Michael Carter.
Oh,
no,
Carter.
Yeah, well, it was like when he leaped over the defender to grab the wobbling ball out of the air. That was that was Michael Carter, and I mean, I don't know, man. It's man, it's like
no, this is it. You're perfectly like demonstrating the feeling of what it means to be a Jets fan right now without using actual words.
Well, because you know what the thing is too is that the reason that I say that Mike White would have won this game is because the defense had to play perfectly in order for us to win, and they didn't. Unfortunately, they made one mistake. One bad mistake in the game, and that's it. That's all it took because our offense couldn't do anything because, but important to note,
the Lions didn't give up any sacks either.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so here's another thing. Quinnen Williams was out for this game, and he
Right.
might be back Thursday, which if he is, that would be fucking huge. Because like I was saying last week, Quinnen Williams is seriously an extremely important part of our defense. Like, Sauce is incredible. Don't get me wrong. Sauce is amazing. But Quinnen Williams is the reason that we can rush for every play and
Yeah.
like not blitz and still get like, you know, one of the highest sack numbers in the league, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even realize you guys had brothers on your team. That's dope as hell.
Yeah. Well, actually, so funny you mentioned that. So his brother Quincy Williams, not injured, real good player. He's a good linebacker. He comes at players like a missile, and he's a great tackler. However, real shitty at coverage. And on that one defensive mistake, that was Quincy Williams' coverage that allowed them to convert a 4th and 1 into a 60-yard touchdown. So that's fun. But again, it's not. It really isn't the defense's fault. They held the Lions to 20, which, to be honest, is quite good this year. Like we were saying last week, they're a top 5 offense in the league, and literally they did not throw to Sauce Gardner at all. They shut down the Lions.
I'm posting the first image that pops up for
Yep.
a search of Quincy Williams, by the way. I just wanted to make sure everybody saw that.
I mean, he's a thick man. What can I?
That's a
what can I
thick ass
say?
boy.
He really is. That's incredible. I mean, you know, I want to mention that since we know that you guys are not going to see this picture, it's a picture of Quincy Williams sticking his booty out.
He got a big old booty.
It's you know. It is incredible. They look like Space Marines, NFL players.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like every single one, except for like punters and kickers, but
And Tom Brady.
and Tom Brady, yeah. Well, and Mac Jones, but we'll get to that.
Most
But-
of the quarterbacks, all right.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, so the Jets right now, our entire offensive line is out, basically, right? Our number 1 running back is out. Number 2 running back is out. QB, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. QB1, I think, is Mike fucking White.
Yeah.
He's out.
Yeah.
But this Jets team is surprisingly good. And there was a stat that was posted on the Jets subreddit that was since Breece Hall and AVT, our interior offensive linemen, since they went down in the same game, the Jets have been 2-5.
Yikes.
Yeah. So it's, you know, we're I know a lot of teams, every team goes through it, right? But we got injured super fucking hard this year, and it's rough. So hopefully,
I really wish we could still have that early season Jets team, man, because that was so exciting. That was so much
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, hopefully next year those people aren't injured, but and we're actually playing good football in December. But you know, despite this loss, the season's not fully over, and the Jets actually do have a possible chance of winning out.
Still got a lot of faith
Yeah.
in them.
Yeah, I think,
The
especially
defense
if Mike
very-
White comes back at some point. But important to note, we were thinking that he was going to play last week because that was basically the idea. But in the last podcast, but he was like a game time. They were like, "Yeah, no, it's Zach Wilson because
He has broken
Apparently.
ribs.
Fractured ribs.
Well, and a lot of players play on those broken ribs, but apparently Mike White went to like 10 doctors trying to get different opinions, trying to clear him, and they were like, no. If you play with the way that your ribs are fractured, like you're gonna stab your heart and die. Like
Yeah.
so,
Like kind of like a child who asks his other parent when the other parent says no.
right?
Then you
Yeah.
just go to
Oh,
the
can I go
Miami
play?
Dolphins
No.
medical staff, and the Dolphins are like, "Hey, he's good to play.
Yeah, he watched a movie on the airplane. He's
Yeah.
fine. He's good to go.
His heart's punctured, but he's laughing." You know.
Yeah. And every time he laughs, it makes the injury worse.
There's a little spurt of blood every time.
He's in good spirits, you know. I mean, he's dead, but his spirit's really good.
So that was that. Speaking of football games,
Oh, God damn it.
Steelers, Panthers.
Man, this is I don't know what to feel about this game or what to say about it more than like it's just kind of two bad teams just kind of going at each other.
Yeah.
It's like, because
Like teams slap fighting out there.
this offense,
Yeah.
even though the offense did well, we scored 24 points. It's so miserable to watch.
Yeah.
Like at no point did any Steelers player make any kind of big play that was like, whoa, yeah. Like other than I think like one good Pickens. Like Pickens had one really good catch again, but it was just like they didn't do anything, man. This offense literally. We had an 11-minute drive this game. 11 minutes for one drive. Because that's just what our offense, that's all they can do is just get 3.5 yards every play. And it's like, this will never in a million years work against a good team. It will not, it won't. Like, I really hope that even if we like win out the rest of our games, this offensive coordinator never sees a fucking football field again. It's like, you look at like a Shanahan offense or the Bills, the Chiefs, and you're just like, wow, that's an offense, man. They don't, sure, they can do the old like 3.5 yards per play, get the first down if they want to, but they also will just throw the ball 20 yards downfield, 15 yards downfield every other play because they can do that too. And sometimes they'll bomb it for like 40 yards. You guys know you could do that? You could throw the ball like 40 yards down. It's crazy.
Wow, that's legal?
It's wild. I know. It's fucking nuts.
I see a lot of those. Yeah, they're great.
Especially you got the Nickelodeon valuable player.
Yeah, Trubisky, who just, I mean, he was there. Like, again, this is,
Dude.
like, Trubisky, he just does not inspire any kind of confidence. Like, even though he threw the ball, like, he didn't have, like, a bad stat line, 17 for 22, 179. Like, didn't make any mistakes this time. Would have been great if you did that last week, bud. That was the game we really needed. But I really hope people don't get fooled into thinking this is, like, a better offense now just because the run game picked up a little bit and, like, we can actually get down the field every once in a while now. It's not good. It's
what
still really
team
bad.
could stand to pick up the run game a little bit? It's the goddamn Carolina Panthers. I bet they're missing CMC this game. Dude.
Yeah.
Well,
21 yards on the ground.
They've
Good
been running
Lord.
pretty well, and I think the Steelers' defense is just good.
Steelers roundy, yeah.
Yeah, the defense played well when they didn't need to. When they needed to, they started to play poorly again and let Panthers back into the game. But for the rest of the game, they played really well and they shut them down. But yeah, I can already see those feelings of like, well, hey, maybe this offense ain't so bad. No, stop. New offensive coordinator next year, no exceptions. All right, this is miserable to watch. It's not even. We won the game, and it wasn't even a fun game to watch. It was just like, I guess we won. Okay, sure.
Yeah. That really reminds me of my Adam Gase years. I know that feeling very well.
That's like that Vikings meme that Krendor posted too. The
yeah.
entire game is pain, and then we won. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Well, no, the game wasn't even pain. It was just boring.
Yeah.
And I know people are like, oh,
Nuts.
you should be happy you won. It's like, no, but like, again, this isn't gonna win. It won this game because it's the dog shit Panthers. It's not gonna win against any good team.
That's worse because at least you have a reason to watch the Vikings games.
Can I just say though, Sammy D looked pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that too. Actually, he's not been
I mean, he
playing
put
too
up,
bad the last
put
couple
up
weeks.
better numbers than Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
That's the highest paid quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah. By a large margin.
Mhm.
And fully guaranteed, too.
Fully guaranteed.
And a player got suspended for longer than him this year. So.
Yep. Yeah.
Anyway, for anyone interested in playoff chances for these two teams, the Panthers actually still have a much better chance than the Steelers because
So
This-
funny.
Yeah.
Steelers are all but mathematically eliminated because of like tiebreakers. They've lost to like every wild card team that's in. Like they've lost to Miami, to the Patriots, to the Jets. I don't think they played the Chargers this year, but basically they have no tiebreakers, and they would need a literal perfect run of exact losses from these teams because a lot of these teams play each other as well. So
Yeah.
they need like the Patriots to go exactly 2-1 in specific games. They need the Chargers to go, I think, 0-3. But I think the Chargers also play. I can't remember. I think there's one team they literally can't beat at all. I think it's Miami, because they lost to Miami. Yeah. So like they need a literal miracle to make the playoffs. So don't expect that. That ain't happening. Just
Yeah.
because it says the Steelers aren't eliminated, they're eliminated.
Dude, I'm trying to pay attention. This Quincy Williams booty got me acting up.
Well, speaking of football games, we had the
Fuck the Texans, man.
Chiefs Texans overtime thriller.
I'm so mad. Like, twice now, these Texans have gotten all of us excited for a big upset. We could laugh at a team we don't like, and instead they literally just fucking shit themselves.
Well, I
Yeah.
still
Davis
I like
Mills-
the Chiefs, to be honest.
I don't know. Again, the Chris
fair.
Collinsworth effect. It just makes me
That's
annoyed.
fair, yeah.
But
I like Mahomes. Mahomes seems.
I
That's
want
the
to like
main thing.
Mahomes, but I need people to chill the fuck out and stop talking about him. Like, give me a 5% reduction in Mahomes rhetoric, and then I will start liking Mahomes.
Honestly,
I
I
swear to God.
I like him more with Tyreek Hill gone. It makes it a lot better.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
helps.
And I like Andy Reid. I've loved Andy Reid.
Yeah.
since
Oh,
he
yeah, I
was
love
back
Andy
in
Reid.
Philly,
Andy Reid's
too.
good.
Yeah.
Honestly, Travis Kelsey seems kind of cool too. The whole
No,
team.
he's an
seems like a nice
asshole.
guy.
No,
Oh,
he's
is he
an
a
asshole.
dick? Is he a
Yeah, he's
dick?
an asshole.
Well,
Remember, he
yeah,
did the
whatever.
whole like really atrocious headbutt play on that. It was like a year. It was last year or the
I
year
don't
before.
remember.
Yeah.
He basically straight
And-
up just like headbutted a dude. Like it was cringe. It was cringe.
And you know, important to note, we should really put this into the record here. Mahomes eats his steaks with ketchup. So,
That's true. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
sad.
Yikes.
Oh, boy.
It's gonna be a
Some
tough
big
one.
Southern boy energy.
tough.
Where's he from?
I have no idea.
He's from
actually.
Texas, isn't he? I think he is. That's even more insulting.
Yeah, he's from Tyler, Texas. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. I remember
that's-
that, yeah.
What the
Yeah.
hell are they doing
So-
down in Tyler, dude?
Embarrassing.
So I wanted to bring up something that Mahomes, I'm pretty sure, said in the post game interview for this game, where he brought up the fact that the margin of or like the difference in like the quality of teams is so small in the NFL between like the bad and the good teams, where like games like this they shouldn't be a surprise. And we kind of we've been singing this song about the Texans for the last couple of weeks. At least I feel like I have, where they're not as bad as 1-12. I really don't
Okay.
think this is a 1-12.
Here's the
team.
problem. I think what you're remembering it slightly incorrectly. The first few weeks we were saying that we're like this team's not that bad, and then there was a stretch of games in the middle that was
Yes,
God
yeah, absolutely, I agree with that. But I'm saying like the last two games specifically against the Cowboys and against the Chiefs. The Texans have had every opportunity to win those games against some of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
And they were looking like the better team. The Texans were for a lot of those games.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they had had any semblance of a defense, they would have won the game because they were leading in the fourth quarter. And then,
They
Mahomes
just-
did the Mahomes thing.
It just felt inevitable, unfortunately, in both of those games that the Texans were going to lose. But they were putting it together for a good portion of both of those games. They looked good.
And then Davis Mills throws a dumbass interception on like the second play of overtime. Dude, it pissed me off so much.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Bad
a classic
team thing.
Texan. Bad team makes.
I mean,
bad
like kind of
plays.
the anti-Vikings, where they're just like they are doing their not really the anti-Vikings, just like the way that the games are ending. At least there's like they just can't seem to finish. Whereas the other side of that is the 10-0 and 1 possession games.
Right. Yeah, it's
Relatable.
I mean, at this point, it almost feels like they could also be getting calls like, "Hey, we want that draft pick, right? Yeah, all right, throw that pick in overtime." Like, I don't think they're gonna do that, but still.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's basically an open secret that only
Are you blowing up
Blowing
a
up a
balloon?
balloon? Yeah.
I was blowing it. Yeah, I blew up a balloon. Well, I mean, I'm
blowing up a balloon.
look, I'm going to clown school on the side. It's a whole thing. We don't have to.
Why are you?
Oh, sorry.
You don't get to joke your way out of this. You have to explain to me why you're blowing up a balloon right now, specifically.
I'm making, look, when you need to get that poodle down just right.
God damn it! You're not gonna
It
tell me, are
takes
you? I
hard
want to know. I want to know.
Drugs.
why.
Are you like? Are you doing whippets, man? Like,
It's
All right,
well, I mean,
you have your secrets. You go ahead, but I'm not going to be able to focus on anything else for the next 2 minutes. I hope you know.
well, I mean, you know what it is. If Sid Victor was here, he would say he's
all
called
right.
it out before. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have no idea. What was I saying?
Sorry, yeah.
No.
No, I have no idea.
Well, that's really all that game deserves is
Yeah,
that,
that's
there
fair,
we go.
right.
So Saints Falcons.
Holy shit! I should have
Saints-
listened.
the Saints need to learn how to hold a lead because they were winning this game handily for the longest time.
Yep.
And then they were like, "What if we did the Saints thing that we did that other time against the Bucks and we'd lose?" Man, the
Yeah.
Saints would be fun if they didn't lose the Bucks. They'd be like leading the division right now. I think.
Yep.
They would. Yep.
Yeah,
They would be in
leading the
first
division.
place in the NFC South.
This division, man, holy fuck.
Yeah.
The Falcons are
Seven,
still
eight.
absolutely in contention for
Yeah.
this division.
This
You know,
was
there.
like-
That was something that I was going to mention actually in the last bit was that there might be multiple teams this year that make it into the playoffs with losing records that actually are
Yeah.
going to beat out multiple teams with winning records. So
Yeah.
I just
Dude, if the Packers were in the NFC South, we'd be in first place. We got the tiebreaker.
Same, dude. I feel the same way about the Steelers.
Yeah,
The
actually would.
Falcons actually almost got away with hiding Desmond Ritter this game. Like they
Yeah.
came so close to eking out a W with motherfucking Desmond Ritter at QB. Which, no offense to the guy, but he did not look like he was ready for this.
No.
yeah. I mean, he. When was he even drafted?
I don't know. Yeah, hold on.
He
I'm
is one
gonna
of the
third
look it up
rounder.
here.
Third
He's
rounder.
a third rounder.
Yeah.
You shouldn't expect him to be able
Yeah,
to do
no.
much at this point.
Yeah. Like
you
there's
know?
been obviously, I mean, like you think of the Brock Purdy's of the league right now. Like obviously the precedent
True.
is kind
Yeah.
of there, but it's a different situation. I think right now with the
Yeah.
Falcons.
Yeah, but I mean, he had Tyler the Alligator going for 139 at
He
TV.
went off, dude.
Big game for the Gator. And then they actually were making a drive there at the end, and I don't know who fumbled it, but someone caught it and then instantly fumbled it, and the Saints got it, and the game was over.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was still a close game at the end of
Yeah.
the day, but
Yeah, this is about as close as you'd expect for this one. But yeah,
Yeah.
the Falcons were working a bit too far behind from the jump on this. I think.
yeah,
This is just a shitty division.
It
Every-
is.
yeah,
God,
everybody's
it
in
is
game.
awful,
Worst.
man.
from the
This
Buccaneers.
is,
horrible.
this is historically bad, I think.
Yeah,
It might be, honestly.
it's
like,
like
it's-
It reminds me of the no, it was the NFC West, right? It was the
Yeah,
one
the
year
NFC
where
West.
I think it was the Seahawks went to the playoffs at 7-9
Yeah.
or something like that. But they
No, that
they
was
they
years
won
ago.
though, didn't they?
That was
Yeah,
beast mode.
years
That was
ago.
beast
Yeah,
mode.
that was the
beast
beast
mode
mode
year,
year.
yeah.
You're right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was the NFC least where it happened again. I
Yeah,
think.
Oh, was
That's
it?
right.
Okay,
Yeah, is the Commanders? that went
Commanders, I
through
think.
that year.
But seriously, it might be multiple teams this year. By the way, the reason that I'm pointing this out is because the Jets might end up with a fucking winning record and miss the playoffs
Yep,
this
again.
year. Again.
I think anyone who ends with a higher record than any of those teams and misses the playoffs is going to be very upset.
Oh yeah.
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 The
And it might be a lot of
2015, the Commanders ended at 9-7, and then the rest of the division was under 500. Was that the year, or
okay.
was it a different
That
year?
may
I
have
think
been the
that
year
is
then,
the
yeah.
year, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, the Giants
that-
won the Super Bowl at 9-7 on a miracle
Yeah,
run.
that's not as bad. I don't know why negative record just seems so much worse than 9-7.
That, well, because you shouldn't make the fucking playoffs if you have a losing
You
record.
can't win more games than you've lost.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, you know what? Actually, no. It was 3 years ago. Sorry, or 2 years ago. The 2020 season was when the Commanders went at 7-9.
Oh,
right.
I knew there was
Yeah,
one. Of those
yeah,
things.
Yeah.
That checks
Well,
out.
yeah. I mean, there's how many more playoff teams now than a couple
One.
of years
Just one,
ago?
right? Yeah, I think it's just one.
One
No,
in
but
each thing.
it's two. Yeah, it's one in each.
Or total. Yeah, two
Conference.
total.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
you know, we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
We'll see. I mean, it is nice because even if the division winner is, like the Buccaneers at like 8-10 or whatever the shit it is now, you would still have an
Yeah.
extra team making it that wouldn't have made it like just a few years ago
Right.
with a winning
Yeah.
record. So then we had the Jaguars, Cowboys.
Jags
They
playoff
did it,
run.
dude.
Playoff run.
Dude,
I firmly believe. I was
believe,
telling you
too.
guys last week they got an actual path to winning this damn division
They
still.
control their own destiny.
Yeah.
now.
It's insane.
let's go Jaguars, dude. This is they're hot. They are putting up crazy numbers. Trevor Lawrence 318, 4 touchdowns and a pick. Travis Etienne Jr. at 103 on the ground. They were
This is
Zay
simply
Jones.
a massive win for Jacksonville. Like,
Yeah.
especially the fashion in which it happened. Like, this is enormous. They've
Yeah.
got to be like riding such momentum right now.
And the Cowboys defense is not a bad defense, which is the
Not at
the
all.
crazy
God,
part.
they're one of the best in the league. Maybe
Yeah.
the best in the league.
Yeah, and so to come back against that defense is actually pretty insane. I think the biggest thing here was Dak Prescott did not look great. Like he did
Bad
okay, and
picks.
then just the
Yeah.
bad picks, man.
And
It
not
was-
just picks, but like game-changing picks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I think the one in overtime was kind of a CD Lamb drop more than anything. I think,
Yeah.
but still, that was. Whew. Glad I picked
So-
the Jaguars, man. Glad I picked the Jaguars.
we kind of did this last week, but just looking forward again for them. All 3 of those games absolutely winnable. Like
Yep.
Jets, Texans, Titans. Tell me the Jags aren't the favorite in all 3 of those.
Yeah, I actually would say they can.
I think
win
the
all
Jets
three.
game is actually the hardest of those.
It probably
Probably,
is.
Because of
yeah.
the defense.
Yeah,
coming
I
up a
think-
short week on the road.
I think Trevor Lawrence, as good as he's been, is going to have a hard time against
I agree.
our secondary.
Yeah.
And if
I'm-
Quentin
I'm-
Williams is playing, then they're gonna have a tougher time.
True.
I am stupidly annoyed that we had to have the Jags, Jets, and Lions all play each other this year because I feel like that's
Yeah.
like some eating their own tail kind of like underdog story.
Dude, the Jets have had a fucked up schedule, but also so that I don't just talk about the Jets, I do want to point out that not Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, the other QB that was taken in that same draft class, is also looking wonderful. He's looking very good.
Yeah,
He did incredible. in
Shout
this
out
game.
to Doug Peterson for just being a normal, good coach.
Yeah.
Politics,
Well, I mean,
apparently.
QB whisperer kind
Yeah.
of guy now at this point,
That's
right?
true.
I mean,
Yeah.
Nick Foles, Carson Wentz, and now he's helping out Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So-
Lawrence is on fire. Absolutely. Like he's looked rock solid.
yeah. No, it's like legit. I think this team is better than the Titans.
I agree.
So I hope they make it over the Titans. Because I think if they're hot, like this is the type of team that can upset anybody. I think.
Yeah,
So-
no, definitely.
I would love to see this team in the playoffs. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
Do they have what are their draft picks like? Let's see.
I mean, I think they just got normal draft picks.
Well, they're getting
Oh,
Calvin
no.
Ridley next year, remember?
Oh yeah, they're getting Calvin Ridley. That's right. Wow, I forgot about that.
Right.
That's gonna be fun.
Because he bet on his team to win.
Right.
Yeah.
So he
didn't
deserves a
sexually
full
assault
year.
30 women. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him.
Fuck.
why couldn't you just be a pervert, man?
What an idiot. So yeah, they got their normal draft picks. So right now,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
they got. Nothing crazy or
yeah.
anything. Then we had game of the week potentially: Broncos, Cardinals, Colt.
These teams are
McCoy,
bad. Moving
Trace
on.
McSorley, and Brett Ripien.
Oh baby.
Yep, this was, I'll just read you some stats. Latavius Murray, 130 yards and a touchdown for the Broncos. Jerry Jeudy, 76 yards. The Cardinals, James Conner had 63 yards and a touchdown. And that's about it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's really
all you
the
need to
whole
know.
thing.
That's all you need to know. Meaningless game for meaningless teams.
Yay.
Nothing interesting happened.
And nothing interesting
Cool.
happened. Then we had the Raiders and the Patriots in one
Oh,
of the
baby!
weirdest-
Oh, my favorite game.
Baby!
The best
Doesn't help.
game of the week.
Doesn't help the last game's chances of being talked about more when this was the game that was coming up next.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
Well,
Man.
you know what's great about this week is that we had the most historic comeback in NFL history, but no one gives a shit because of this game, which is just incredible. I love to see.
all right. So who wants
Thomas-
to take this the podium here to describe what
Well,
transpired?
I mean, you are the Patriots
It's
fan.
just so
No,
good, man.
Apollo seems so excited about it. I want to let him take it.
I just like
yeah.
there's
gonna
so
come.
much to digest because like just first off, let's just start right at the beginning. Let's go in order. What
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fuck are you doing? The game is tied. Whose brainchild was this? Was it Matt Patricia? It was probably Matt
It was
fucking
probably
Patricia.
Patricia.
It was Matt Patricia.
You dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, and you know, Matt Patricia was defensive coordinator,
Yeah.
went to the Lions to be the
Yep.
head coach, became both publicly and internally reviled,
Yep.
returned to the Patriots.
Like notably a piece of shit, by the way. Just kind of
Oh,
just
yeah.
a bad person.
Also
in-
another
it
like
turns out.
sexual assault
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. And then Bill Belichick's like, hey, you know what? Why don't you just try out offense? See what that's like. You know? And
do you think he's okay? Do you think Bill's okay?
I think
God, no.
Bill. I'm surprised. I think he's too far gone if he hasn't fired Matt Patricia before next week. To be honest with you, like this is. I mean, that's
No one's gonna
absurd.
question him, you know? Like,
Yeah.
If everyone's like, I don't know about Patricia being the one calling the offense now, Bill. Like, no one's gonna fucking say that.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad. And Mac Jones hates him too. Like, I don't know if you guys.
Oh, yeah.
That.
Why would he hate him? I mean, for what reason would he have any kind of ill will towards him? I don't understand.
All
Now,
right, so
before we get into the description, I just want to say, as a Jets fan, I have been on the receiving end of many an embarrassing play.
oh yeah,
And for many years, people would talk about, oh, the butt fumble. Oh, let's go back and let's watch the butt fumble. How funny the butt fumble was. Oh, let's watch it in slow motion. 10 years later. Well, I'm very excited. For Mac
but
Jones.
buddy, you know though,
Oh.
to take that point a step further, do keep in mind the Patriots actually suffered a pretty humiliating highlight not too long ago. Do remember the Miami Miracle was
Oh,
also
yeah.
Against the Patriots.
And I've watched that replay more times than I can count as well.
Oh yeah, I mean I have too, to be honest with you. It's pretty
It
incredible.
is good, but I mean, this one though is just the clip of Mac
It's
Jones.
Infinite. Well, hold on. Don't
We-
get you're
we-
getting.
I know,
ahead of yourself,
I
man.
don't want to. I know.
Stage.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So Mac Jones drops back, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna do some laterals, you know, like let's win the game, you know, we can win the game, guys. Let's fucking try, you know." So he
Tie
gets-
game.
tie game. Gets the ball. He throws it to I forget who the first receiver was, but throws it to someone. Who cares? The second receivers who we're really talking about here. And he actually, the Raiders give him a surprising amount of yards. Like there was a moment I think in everyone's head, even the announcers were like, "Well, you gotta tackle him. Like
Yeah.
you gotta tackle him." And so he gets like 30 plus yards running down the field, and then he does a little lateral, and I'm like, okay, everything's safe. We're
Yep.
good right now. Little lateral to Jacoby Myers behind him. All right.
Yep.
And Jacoby, unfortunately, doesn't really have anywhere to go. Like, he gets the ball and he's looking around like, I'm on the sideline. There's like 3 defenders in front of me. I got to lateral this back. And I guess in his mind, he just looks, down and to the left to the field, and he
Sees a Patriots jersey.
He sees a Patriots jersey. And then
but it seems to be
he-
on a small boy. Has a small boy run onto the field
he
to save the
forgets-
Patriots season?
He either forgets A, who he's throwing to, B, how to throw, or C, both.
I think.
Yeah, how to think. And he just throws the wobble, like shovel. Like, I've never seen like an air shovel pass before, but he literally like arches this wobbly ass hand egg, just, and it just tumbles into the air. And Chandler Jones, he's just all like, he was destined. Like, he literally didn't even move. He was just looking at this, stars in his eyes, just watching this football gracefully flop over into his embrace. And like, it's in slow motion for him. There's like God rays, and he's just like, ah, and it just boop, right into his arms. And then there is one man between Chandler Jones and the end zones, and he sees him. And it's Mac Jones, and he starts bumbling and tumbling, and Mac is just, he's got deer in headlights. He's already falling over. It's like Chandler Jones had already force pushed him down onto the ground. He knew his fate. Mac Jones knew where he was headed, and he wanted to get there as soon as possible. And Chandler Jones just boom, boom, smushes him into the turf head first, just like, you're down there now. I just spilled water everywhere. I'll clean it up later. And then, I mean, Mac Jones is like, he's put into a grave. Like, they threw him a shovel, and he had
He's
to
in
just,
the shadow realm now.
and
That's
he
it.
literally was down, and Chandler Jones is waving goodbye. Like, he's like, it's over. And he tumbles into the end zone. Everyone rejoices and laughs and giggles with glee. A Christmas miracle for you and for me. Raiders
I'm
fans.
so glad Apollo did that. Oh my
That
god.
was pretty great.
I posted the clip, the slow motion one in Fusenball right now. It's worth rewatching because, man,
Don't
it's
worry,
like
Al. Oh,
it's like a grown man just bullying a child.
Oh my- well, dude,
he
just
pushes him.
Put
Like,
yourself
this is-
in Mac's shoes
I
in
know.
that moment. Like,
Well,
he's not
that's the-
supposed to get the fucking ball back.
That's the best part. Is that this is as close as you can get, I think, to what it would look like to have an NFL player stiff arm any one of us. It's just like he has literally, like, his tiny arms wiggle towards Chandler Jones, and he can't even reach him as he's
It's
just
like
pushed down, and then the flailing at the end, trying to grab the feet is just the funniest.
Dude, it's just like Apollo said, because Mac pretty much accepted that Chandler was going to stiff arm him into oblivion. And so I think in his mind, he was like, I'm going to get to the ground early and just try to wrap his feet up, which, to be honest, is a good way to do it. Like, that would be how I'd try to tackle Chandler Jones if I was forced in that situation. But as you can see, Chandler had other ideas about how that was going to go down.
It's so good. I mean, Mac Jones's life must have flashed before his eyes when he locked eyes with what's his face, and then he must have had a moment where who's the guy that threw it? Jacoby Myers.
Yeah.
Where Myers looked and saw like, oh, Mac Jones wants this, and, and Mac Jones is like, oh no, he's not actually gonna, and sailing through the air. Oh man,
Chandler Jones, by the way, former Patriot Chandler Jones. 6'5", 260-pound Chandler Jones.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Look, I can understand where Myers is coming from, because Mac Jones only had to beat 11 men on his way to a 60-yard rushing touchdown score. So why wouldn't you think Mac Jones could do that?
You're the most athletic guy on your offense, absolutely.
Right, clearly, so.
I don't know if we even need to talk about the rest of the game, to be honest with you. I feel like
that
was
thing,
the entire game, yeah.
That's the entire
fuck.
thing.
Yeah, that was the entire game. What a game it was. And
don't look now, Mac Jones has 7 touchdowns on the year, baby. That's MVP numbers right there.
It's less than the games.
And more importantly, he got stiff-armed in the face.
Yep.
So
almost
never live that down.
Yep.
That's the Mac Jones highlight for his whole career. Yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah, that is just incredible.
Thank you,
I think
God.
I think that I'm gonna vote. I think that's better than the butt fumble. That is just
absolutely,
it's
dude.
so
Yeah.
funny.
I agree.
Especially because it ends in a walk-off touchdown.
Oh yeah,
The butt fumble was in a game that was already over.
Yeah,
right.
That was completely inconsequential.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just finished cleaning up the water that I
Fantastic. So then we had Titans Chargers in the game that I thought it would be, between two teams that feel pretty similar and like to either play down to their competition or play up to their competition, essentially.
I mean, no, talk about teams that are like that have an accurately reflective record. Like, middle of the fucking pack teams right here. I'll tell you that much.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it came down to a field goal that the Chargers actually made. But Herbert didn't even throw a touchdown this game. 2 picks.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he's he's got his weapons back too, man. There's not a lot of excuses at this point. This Chargers offense really should be working now.
They're still fucked on. Yeah, aren't they fucked on O-line too, or something?
Oh, are they? I didn't pay attention.
I'm not sure. I could be just talking out my ass.
But I mean, on the other side, Tannehill 165 and an int.
He went out for a little bit there.
In this game,
I see. He went out for a bit. Derrick Henry 104 yards, a touchdown. He also was the leading receiver with 59 yards.
That's bad.
Yeah, sure is. Good thing.
Glad you made it out of the wind tunnel, Apollo.
Wait, what?
You sounded like you were in like a fucking cave for a bit there.
Oh yeah, no, I was cleaning the water.
I know.
Really, just the man. Imagine if they had AJ Brown. This offense.
Oh, come on! You don't do it every goddamn week, dude.
Every week.
Yeah.
I mean, they deserve it a little bit.
They kind of do, but all right.
Because their offense definitely has taken a real step back this year. I feel like, and they look, they didn't add anything, and they just kind of removed stuff.
Well, they got Treylon Burks, but he's been injured a lot.
Yeah.
And
Conco's actually looked pretty good too.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Lighting it up.
Yeah. But it's who would trade away one of their top 5 wide receivers in the league?
Well, he's doing a self-deprecating joke.
It's
okay.
He's bundling it together.
Yeah. Then we had Bengals Buccaneers. Now, let me tell you, I went to the gym during this game and I put it on. I was like, wow, it's 17-3 Buccaneers. What's going on here? And then I checked back later and I was like, Buccaneers. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's.
The Bengals are doing exactly what they did last year, dude.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
obviously their first half was kind of sketchy this game, but like once they realized once again that they're the Bengals, they're scary, man. This is
Yep.
easily one of the contenders in the AFC.
Yeah.
No, this
They've
team
already
is-
proven they can beat the Chiefs. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got weapons. I mean, they've got 2 running backs that are good. They got Joe Burrow. They got Jamar Chase. They got, Boyd and Higgins. Like, and their defense has been pretty solid. So, I mean,
This is like they're on the same path. It feels like they
Yeah.
almost feel like they're the team to beat right now in the AFC.
yeah.
They might be, honestly. I
They
mean,
might
they could. It really does seem like in the AFC, they might be the hottest, except for I don't know who
Maybe
else.
the Bills. Bills would
I mean,
probably.
yeah, it's
Bills,
maybe
yeah.
the Bills, but even then, it's kind of close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
yeah.
good. It's gonna be some good playoff football.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other
Bucks,
side,
meanwhile, yeah.
Yeah. Bucks are just collapsing at the end
Oh,
of the
God.
year.
yeah, like
I
it
mean,
was-
they're not collapsing. They have
They've
collapsed.
been collapsing. Yeah,
Yeah.
they,
yeah.
they collapsed a while ago.
It is so weird to see Brady on a team like this. Like I mentioned it, I think it was probably like fucking week 6 or something, but I'm still feeling the exact same way where their red zone offense is fucking inept. Like
Yeah.
it is pathetic to watch. It
trash.
sucks.
Yeah, no, it's real bad. I just keep waiting for them to like show up, and I was like, oh, did the Buccaneers show up? And nope, they did not.
Yeah.
It's like they are again 1 game up of all the teams in the NFC South, and they have to play the Panthers and the Falcons still. They lost to the Panthers last time, like substantially.
Yeah.
So like,
I'd be worried. Like,
Yeah.
As a Bucks fan, I'd be like, I don't know anymore, man. I don't
Yeah,
think
like-
we're gonna win this division.
this team
Well, I mean, if-
could easily lose to the Panthers and the Falcons. Like they should have lost to the Saints if the Saints didn't shit the bed at the end of that 1 game.
If I could get a call in from Sinvicta here, I think he says, "This team does not deserve to make the playoffs."
Good Sinvicta
like it.
impression.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah, he's calling into me too. Oh, we got Todd Bowles is possibly the worst coach I've ever seen in the history of the NFL. It is
Fire
an
Todd Bowles,
absolute
fire
joke.
the entire coaching staff, fire them all out of a cannon into the
is.
sun, then harvest
then,
their cells from the sun and dump them into the bottom of the ocean.
And then go get him in the ocean, fire him up there again. Just keep doing
And
it.
then get him out, and then take a piss on him this time to really.
He
but
does
it's a
say that.
disgrace.
I've heard him say that a lot.
Yeah, he says that a lot,
Yeah.
a lot, very often.
Yeah. But we're still in first place, I guess. Go Bucks.
Thank you.
See, it's like he never left.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I think he's just asleep still, but he might wake up, and then we'll get to see
he might
how
wake up.
accurate. Wake up.
That's
But-
his alarm song, actually.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, for 20 years, 20 straight years.
But at the end of the day, the Bengals good, Buccaneers bad, but somehow will make the playoffs. And probably like, dude, watch the Buccaneers make the playoffs and like beat like some team, just Tom Brady.
Because you know how it's always fucking works out.
They're,
So
dude, they're
stupid.
gonna
Even
beat the
I hate
Vikings
it at this point.
This is gonna be the team that beats the Vikings. Just Tom Brady does dark magic.
God,
I can
damn
see it. I can very much see. No, this is like prime, like Tom Brady. He might be getting activated where he's like, people don't believe in me anymore.
Yeah.
His
And
robot
he-
parts just start being like.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I felt power in my parts that I haven't felt in years.
He's felt power in his parts. Come on.
The Dark One shows up.
fucking-
You called.
It's
I need you again.
You got like an aura
Yeah, Bill
around him.
Belichick says, "I retire as NE coach," and then joins the Bucks as
Gets
a.
sucked into a void, blood splurts out, and Tom Brady grows like 3 sizes.
Kirk Cousins just starts throwing picks, everything. Like Justin Jefferson laterals
Hey,
the
now,
ball
if
to the
they had a
Buccaneers.
15-foot tall Tom Brady, now we're talking, dude. Why haven't
Yeah,
they tried
I
that
mean,
yet?
That's
Who
fair.
would
Random
bet
wide
against-
receivers just get sucked into the void mid-play.
But
you see, it was wide open, and then the portal from the depths really just interrupted that play. That's got to be like a personal foul or something.
That's at least.
I think they might have
Mike
angered
Pereira,
the
how do you
Chaos
feel about
Gods.
that?
Chris Collinsworth, how do you feel about
blood
that?
for the blood god. Hail, Zinch, master of change.
I'm gonna
And,
tell you what right now. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and Patrick Mahomes are just gonna fucking give me a massive void. I'll tell you that much when they're gone.
I would very much like to hear Chris Collinsworth speaking in tongues. That's on my bucket list now.
Oh yeah,
actually.
I'd be down for that.
Now,
Well,
here's a
Mahomes
guy
make a good
that
enough
knows how to
play, and maybe
speak
we'll
in
see
tongues. If you look on the sideline, he's darting that dark magic.
Take a
stuff
look
down
at
there.
that touchdown that Mahomes had to have. Oh my God!
Why is he a pastor from Kansas now?
Well, he becomes Foghorn Leghorn. In his true form.
The holy
So-
trinity of Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes, and Tom
In
Brady.
my body.
I take communion every week from those three. Then we had the Giants Commanders.
Oh yeah.
This game had a
oh,
shitty
okay.
pass interference not called at the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
There was some ref
yeah.
ball at the end, multiple
Yeah.
instances of ref
this
ball.
week,
Big
dude.
time ref ball.
I think there was a thing where I only read this, so I don't know the validity of it, but I'll say it as if it is true,
Sure.
because that's the reporter way.
Yeah.
There was a point where I think one of the offensive players for the Commanders was lined up, and he asked the ref, "Hey, am I lined up properly? Like, am I going to get flagged for this?" And the ref was like, "Nah, you're good." And then he immediately threw the flag, which is like,
Some
what?
bullshit.
Yeah, that's,
That's
Yeah.
a dick move.
that's a dick
And
move.
I mean, it's hard for me to believe that because I just read it. It might not have
Yeah.
actually happened,
Yeah.
or maybe
Yeah.
there's more to the story.
Right,
but like
right.
at the same time, the refs are that bad. I kind of believe that it could happen.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
been doing some suspect shit this year for sure. I don't know. I hate talking about that though. It's just like it's not
Well,
gonna
hey,
help anything.
remember
Yeah,
this
it's
team
the
is
worst.
sponsored by DraftKings.
Right,
shit like that's
right, yeah,
sponsored by the
exactly,
NFL.
yeah. Well, I mean, look, it's not like they would make some sort of like extremely obvious conflict of interest, like owners investing in betting companies, right? Like they wouldn't do stuff like
no,
that.
Right.
So,
never.
I mean,
They-
you know,
yeah, they
that's
wouldn't
not
do that.
something.
There's no way.
I'm not gonna
You
shit
can't
what they eat,
imagine.
Rob. Come on.
Right?
Are
yeah,
you telling me I can bet the underdog odds on the overdog?
Are you telling me I can bet up, dog?
So
What's that?
Heineke
I know, it's a
kinda
weird
didn't
type of
play
betting
too
format.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of was there. This whole
he's just-
game, it feels like both these teams are right back where they belong. Just
Oh,
like,
100%.
Dude, the
Yeah.
Giants' regression has been strong and quick.
Yeah.
I mean, I said it middle of the season. Everyone's like, dude, the New York football teams. I was like, these are like 7 or 8 win teams. And here we are. They are, well, they might get a little above that, but it's pretty close.
Giants might make it into the playoffs, and
Well, yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man.
I thought
Both
the
the New
Jets
York
would do
teams still have
better.
a chance.
I was with you on
Yeah.
the Giants, but I really thought the Jets would.
Well, the Jets again.
Rise above.
Rob said they lost like half their.
That's true,
starting
yeah,
offense.
they had a lot of
Yeah, if we were healthy, it would be a
Right.
different story. But
Fun,
The Giants don't really have that excuse though.
No.
They're just sort of sucking
fun
now.
stat.
Yeah.
Both teams combined to go 3 for 20 on third down.
oh
Ooh.
boy,
That's a fun one.
that's a good game to watch.
Makes for an
I'll tell ya.
entertaining match. Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding.
Sure does.
That's a lot of punting.
A lot of punting, and I hope to God one of these teams does not make the playoffs because I don't think both of them should be.
Oh,
in
they're
playoffs.
gonna.
They might.
I don't know. Commanders. they're
One of
not
them's gonna
looking
make
as
it.
Hot to make the playoffs now.
I still
Oh,
think the
gonna make
Giants. I still think the Giants are probably going to make.
I
it.
think the Giants have a better chance over the Commanders, not just because they have an extra win, but because they have an extra win.
Yeah, and also they have an extra Saquon.
They do have an extra
True that.
Saquon. That's true. But I mean, here's the thing: you look at the playoff picture right now. I mean, I'm taking the Lions over the Commanders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no question.
And I trust them to beat teams more than the Commanders.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, I think them beating us actually is a pretty good win for the Lions.
Yeah.
To be honest, because
Here's
that's
the,
a strong defense.
Here's the Commanders' remaining schedule, by the way. At 49ers, at
Oh.
home versus Elves, and at home versus Cowboys.
Yeah,
Yikes.
that's
Oh,
rough.
boy.
That's a hard schedule.
Ooh,
I see
yeah.
them
They're-
losing all 3 of those
They're
games.
probably
Yeah.
going to slide out of playoff contention
Yeah.
by the end of the year.
Meanwhile,
What about the Giants?
Giants' remaining schedule is going to be at Vikings, home against the Colts, at Eagles. Yikes!
Ooh.
Also,
Yeah.
potentially 3 losses.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a tough one.
I don't know about the Colts. It could go 1-2, I guess.
Yeah, it could be a one.
Yeah,
or
I
two.
could see that. Yeah.
But the Lions play the Panthers, the Bears, and the Packers, which I think they can win all those games.
That could be a 3-0. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be
Yeah,
a 3-0.
Anyway, speaking of football, we got
Speaking
one
of
more game.
football, we still had Packers Rams. Hooray!
Yep.
Thank you, Packers, for not
You,
ruining my luck.
You still on your
Hooray.
bullshit, Grandor?
Here's the thing. I'm like, I
He's
don't
still on his
care.
bullshit.
I'm at the point where I'm like, if we made the playoffs and won out, that'd be kind of neat, but we're gonna lose. But if we don't do that, then I get to see Jordan Love and we get a better draft pick, so that'd be kind of neat. So I'm just kind of chilling.
That's a good win-win
You're
position.
just happy
you
to
put
be
yourself
here,
in.
you know?
Yeah. So, it's at least we don't at least watching the game was like pretty fun still. Like it wasn't terrible. I was like, this is pretty fun. AJ Dillon's running over people. Aaron Rodgers made a couple, touchdown, or he made one touchdown. He made a bad interception on one.
Oh, it was bad.
It was real bad.
You'll find that if Grandor gets to have his cake and eat it too, everyone wins.
Yeah. I'm all about that.
There was actually a crazy Rasul Douglas interception. I don't know if you guys saw it, where he picked it off and then they tried to tackle him and he spun him around like he's in Smash or something, and he was like, whoa, whoa, or like when Bowser gets spun around by Mario. It legit looked like that. And then he tried to do the lateral play that the Patriots did, and luckily we got it. But everyone was like, what the shit are you doing? And he was like, I don't know. So that was fun. Aaron Jones, 90 yards. He's great. Christian Watson had 46 yards. Apparently he could have had a touchdown, but he didn't run the right route. And then Rodgers was like, what are you doing? But they were laughing about it or something, especially because they were winning. So it's whatever. Romeo Dobbs, dude, sleeper pick, came back, 55 yards, 5 catches. The rookies are they're heating up now. I think they've finally gotten settled into NFL speed and gameplay and everything. So it is nice. I think going forward, I'd say Watson is definitely number 1 potential. And I'd say Dobbs is number 2 potential. I legit think they're that good.
Yeah, it took y'all half a season, but you got an offense finally.
Yeah, thank God. And imagine if Jordan Love's good, and then we can trade Aaron Rodgers. That'd
go.
be pretty crazy.
I mean, he's not going to let you, but you can.
Yeah, he's not going to
pretend.
let us, but, we'll see. I mean, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is bad still, right? He's definitely not playing, but he's also got a broken thumb and he's kind of banged up, but,
Yeah.
He
He's
kinda
played injured for a
sucks in
while.
other ways.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's still better than a lot of other sucky people.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, compared to other QBs.
He's better than other
Yeah.
shitty people, and he's better than other shitty quarterbacks. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Right,
I'm with
yeah,
you on
yeah,
that
that's very
100%.
true. Yeah.
It is, but also Baker Mayfield played in this game, and
Yeah.
he did okay.
Yeah.
This is what Baker was expected to be.
Yeah,
Not
this is what
the
I
fucking
expected.
miracle worker that he was last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, he.
I mean, the Rams, they don't have much going
no,
on right now.
he also
No,
got
not at all.
sacked
Yeah.
5 times. He was constantly pressured, and it was we're not the Raiders, thankfully, so we didn't just shit ourselves and lose. So that was fun.
Right.
I mean, that was pretty much. Also, oh my God, my biggest rant of the day. Imagine if we used Keyshawn Nixon all year, who is averaging 8th best returning in the NFL, instead of Amari Rodgers, who fumbled 5 times. We might actually have an extra couple wins, which would be in a playoff picture.
Oh, yeah, I remember you ranting about this before.
Yeah, we would have beaten Washington because we were up in the Washington game until Amari Rodgers fumbled, and then they gave him the ball. He got a touchdown. Imagine if we had Nixon, he would have ran it back instead of fumbling, and then we'd have been that would be pretty neat.
Anyway.
Really, there's just numerous times this year where it would have been nice to have a guy that doesn't fumble the ball, and we probably would be 8-6, realistically. I'm not even just saying that. It's.
Yeah, I agree.
Turns out fumbling, kick, and punt returns is game changing. Who would have guessed that one?
Yeah.
So, cool. But at least we have a kick returner now, so that's neat. And that's pretty much it. Cool. Sinvicto, would you like to say anything on the Buccaneers game?
Nope.
That's fair. Yeah.
Moving on to the power rankings.
Thank you, Coach Krendor. Power rankings. Here we go for week 16. Surprisingly, not a lot of movers or shakers, and unsurprisingly, the top 5 has not changed.
Oh.
Let's see if you guys remember it without cheating.
Probably
Starting
not.
with Robert, also known as Alpaca Patrol.
I am also known as Alpaca Patrol. I will go with the Chiefs.
Yep. Fair.
Bills.
Yep. Coach.
49ers.
Yeah. Apollo.
Bengals.
Yeah. And Alpaca Patrol.
I will take the Eagles.
They've done it. Who could have ever guessed that it was going to be possible? The Eagles stayed at number 1. The Niners stayed at 2. The Bills did move from 4 to 3. The Bengals did move from 3 to 4, but I guess that's what happens when you beat a bad team. And then the Chiefs, Rob, the Chiefs have stayed in the top 5 of the rankings, followed by the Cowboys, who have stayed unchanged. The Detroit Lions, Coach, have moved up from 10th to 7th now. 7-7 is just as good as 10-4 almost, according to Dan Hanzus. The Vikings fell 1 spot from 7 to 8. The Chargers are unchanged, and the Dolphins have moved back up in the top 10 after skipping over. Well, we'll talk about them in a moment. So Here we go. We got a double pair. We got a pair of doinks and a pair of dinks. We're going to start off with the dinks.
Give you a pair of dinks right here.
I got your pair of dinks and pair of doinks right here,
The
Rob.
football podcast, by the way.
Right here,
Just so
Rob.
you guys all know.
I'm grabbing them for you right here. The dinks. This one's going to be 1 to you, 1 to Bear. So, for the thinnest dinks, these 2 teams have risen 6 spots. I'll only give you the previous rankings, otherwise it's going to be too much information. One of them was ranked 17th, and the other one was ranked something.
All right.
Give me well.
I've lost the spot. I'm looking for it.
I kind of zoned out during what you were saying. To be honest.
Oh, the other one was 19th. The other one was 19th.
I got mine. I'm gonna guess the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's a good guess.
That is
think.
correct. The
Hey!
Jaguars. The Jaguars, I don't know who the Jaguars are, have moved up from the 17th spot to the 11th spot. Good job, Bear. Rob, can you guess the other team that moved 6 spots, previously ranked 19th?
Ooh.
He's meditating.
I am indeed meditating. I will say the Detroit Lions.
Rob.
No, not them.
They were in the top 10.
Just kidding. Just kidding. That was a joke.
He's
It's a
joking.
joke.
Going
I
to
had
say
the
incorrect.
Green Bay.
Great.
All right.
Great. It was a great guess, Rob, but
Thank
your
you. I
second guess
tried.
was also wrong. It was the New York Giants, Robert.
Oh, okay.
Your
Yeah.
New York Giants. I was hoping because of the New York connection and the whole
That's true.
I got your dinks right here. sort
Right,
of thing.
right.
But yeah, the
Actually,
Giants
I
moved
get
up from 19th all the way up to 13th, leapfrogging a very popular Jets team, which was landing in the 14th spot. Now, Coach and Apollo on the other end. You got your fattest doinks right here. I got 2 of them, 2 big ones for you. Both of these teams fell 5 spots, and I'm not going to give you the previous rankings because it gives too much away.
All right.
Ravens.
It was a
Seahawks.
good guess, though. That is correct.
Oh.
For the record, the Ravens fell 4 spots, not 5, but the Seahawks did fall 5 spots from 16th all the way down to 21st, with the other team being anybody?
Colts.
Commanders?
That is both incorrect. It's the New York Patriots, Bear.
New York.
The New York Patriots.
The New York Patriots. They have fallen from 13th to 18th, going down 5 spots. They were basically, it was because of the whole like rigged play of the NFL wanting them to
see.
win over the Raiders and that sort of thing, lose to the Raiders, that sort of thing. So, and finally, last but not least, this one is. I'm just going to give the answer away right now, but it's just hilarious. The fact that the entire NFC South is ranked consecutively from 23rd to the 26th spot in the order of which they are as bad as they are in the division.
The playoffs.
It's the Bucks, the Panthers, the Saints, and then the Falcons, but they are all still better ranked than the Rams, the Denver Broncos, Chicago Bears, the Cardinals, who I can't believe are not in last yet, other than the Colts, and of course the Houston Texans. That's going to do it for all the power rankings. Back up to Coach Crendor for the bonus stats and then pick'ems.
Bonus stats.
Bonus
New York
stats.
New York Patriots, Rob.
The New
The New York
well, I mean, they
Patriots.
had a way better than the butt fumble kind of play. So
They did. It was, man, it was something.
Shout out to Pixel Haven once again for putting together our weekly
course.
bonus stats
Yep.
for us. Also, another brief mention: if you're a patron, feel free to check out the Pick'em Encyclopedia, which is a fantastic document containing all the stats you'd ever want to know about our Pick'ems.
it's
On
so
the top pin post to the patron feed.
Also,
It's
shout
so
out
good.
to Matthew Hidalgo for making these background images.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. So big stats this week. I went 12-5. Sinvicta 12-5. Rob 10-7. Bear 11-6.
I
Apollo
mean, that's
13.
pretty good. It's winning. Don't
Yeah,
put
we're
that
also winning.
inflection on it.
You know.
Son of a bitch.
Apollo 13-4. Randy 11-6.
Mm-hmm.
Discord 11-6. And our assistant coach Tattooist went 9-8.
Oof.
Bit rough there, but
Dude, he nearly lost his Chiefs lock. I was kind
Yeah,
of
that
hoping it was
was-
going
that
to
was
happen for the
kinda
guy
bad.
to use the
Yeah.
Chiefs logo as his profile picture. That would be pretty upsetting.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that you took the Jets though, so I take back my ooh. You did a good job, friend.
We should just make fun of him anyway, a paying patron.
Yeah, Tattooist.
That's what they're paying for.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what he wants.
Yeah, they want to. We'll add a tier where we can step on you.
Nope.
You couldn't even say that properly.
I know.
Yep. That-
Well, stay tuned
So,
to the Patreon for
A
more.
study in Dink, Titans Chargers, was the fourth game between a fattest doink and thinnest dink since the podcast inception.
What are you laughing at, Rob?
I don't know. Dink today is just a really funny word to me. That's just a good,
Dude,
it's
yeah,
a
I
good
like
one.
He loves the dink. Thinnest dinks are 3-1 in these matchups. All hosts are 2-2 predicting these games. Discord 3-1.
Ah,
That's
interesting.
Then we got Dog's best friends. Sinvicta and Apollo have only disagreed on 4 Titans games ever.
wow.
90.2% agreement. The most disagreements for a single team is 34 between Crendor and Bear picking the Browns. 51.4% agreement.
Wow, you actually are almost exactly split.
Split.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what that means, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so
Yeah.
funny.
That's pretty
That's
crazy.
really funny.
Rams shackled. I get it. The Rams have been
Yeah,
locked
yeah.
against 4 consecutive weeks. They joined the Bengals. Jets and Browns is the only team to have a lock against streak that long.
Yeah, that's
Isn't it
not company
crazy?
you want to be keeping.
Isn't it crazy that the Bengals were on that list?
Yeah, that's really
That's
weird,
actually
isn't
wild.
it?
You
Not that far ago, or not
you
want to
see something weird?
Yeah.
Look at this next graphic.
This art is so
Changing-
good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Rob has now picked the Bengals more this December than in all previous Decembers combined, which 2 instead of 1.
Well, hey, it's like it's like the same kind of thing as the last stat, where the
Yeah.
Bengals have kind of transformed before our eyes here.
That is true. The only pick prior to this year was against the Chargers last year. He is now 12-8 predicting Bengals in December.
Okay, I mean, not bad. Not bad.
That's not bad. And then Bean counting. This is the first ever primetime Giants game Apollo has predicted incorrectly.
Wow.
Apollo 7-1 now. Primetime Sinvicta 14-2. Discord 8-2. Crendor 11-5. Rob 10-5. Bear 9-6. Randy 2-3.
Okay, so Randy stinks at the
14-2. I didn't know I was really that great at getting Giants prime time.
Now you
Apparently,
do.
That's actually pretty
Yeah.
impressive. for the
Make sure you
Giants.
put that on your resume, bud.
I would not
Yeah.
have known if that had not been for Pixelhaven.
Well,
Yeah.
you would know if you check the encyclopedia on the Patreon.
That's true,
'cause
it's
That's
true.
true.
Bear keeps mentioning it because it is really fucking cool.
Can we
and
call
you
them
should say it.
Picklemspedia?
No, Pick'em Cyclopedia. It's a
Pick'emspedia.
good
That kinda
name,
sounds-
goddammit.
Pick'emspedia.
Yeah, Pick'em Cyclopedia.
Picklepedia?
Picklepedia.
Stop trying to fix something that isn't broken.
I like Pickopedia.
That sounds like we got a Wikipedia for pickles, which I think as a side project, not
There
a bad
should
idea.
be one.
There should
Yeah.
be one.
Yeah, that would be
also,
Rob, you should do it.
Hold on, let me look it up. There might be a pickle.
don't
Probably
look
is one,
now, but I am right behind Rob.
He is.
in
Oh,
the
no.
win percentage.
Oh my goodness!
I am
Look at that!
closing
Look at
the
that
door.
trend upward, man.
Kren stocks continue
Rob,
rising.
you got to stay ahead. You got to not get
I'm
lagged.
trying. I'm trying.
Look at where that man started.
Yep. Started from the bottom. Now we here.
He started. No, you mean you started from below the bottom. You
That
weren't
was-
even
that was
on the
pretty close
graph.
to
You
rock
were off
bottom.
the graph
Yeah.
for like the first week,
Yeah.
I think.
My goal is to just finish above Bear. I think that's my ultimate end goal.
don't!
That's really hard to do.
to.
No, I don't think
I
you
can do
realize
it.
how much space is actually in between you.
I
and
know.
Bear.
Yeah, there's like at this point, it's very difficult to make up ground now.
It's 3 weeks. I got time.
You got
Once I get my perfect week in there, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then a couple other strong weeks. I
I'm
think
just,
I'll be
I'm
there.
just gonna pick the same exact things as you, just to prevent you from being able to get ahead of me.
That would be funny, actually.
I just had such a shitty. It was really the first 3 weeks where it was just horrible, and that has
Well,
dragged
all of
me
you
down.
guys did. I was the only one that did good in those
Yeah.
like, 3
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
bad.
That was a
Um,
tough season.
So here we go. It's Pick'em's time.
Pick 'em!
And we have our assistant coach
That's
of
right.
the
yes.
week.
Oh,
This
yeah.
week, I want to say Chaos Night, even
It
though
is
it's
Chaos
spelled
Night.
CHOAS, but
Oh.
I'm just gonna say Chaos Night to save
I'm
us all
going
the
to say
trouble.
Chaos Night as well.
Yeah,
I
Chaos
think it
Night.
might be Chouse Night.
Yeah, Chow's night.
It's
I
just
think
Chow.
it's
All right,
Chow.
Chow's Night 93. Welcome on into the assistant coaches.
What about
uh,
Choaz?
Choas
Ooh,
Night.
And that's
Choaz
what I'm
is
saying.
pretty
It's just
good.
I
jeez.
just like Chaos Night.
Choaz.
All right. Well, anyway, they're our assistant coach of the week. Their most successful teams predicted this season include the Chiefs at 12-2, the Cardinals at 11-3, and the
Oh.
Chargers at 11-3. So keep that in
Wow.
mind as we're making our picks here.
All right.
Okay.
So let's start picking. Pick 'em.
Pick'ems.
Pick 'em!
Hey, Rob, was there a Picklepedia?
There is indeed a pickle wiki. It's called picklewiki.com. Everything you need to know
Wiki.
to start.
Why do they not call it Picklepedia?
Yeah,
it.
seriously.
Let me
Big missed
Picklepedia.
opportunity.
Okay, Jaguars.
Yeah, there's a picklepedia.co.uk.
Okay, thank God.
I'm
It
going to be
exists in
going
some-
with
in
the
some fashion.
Jaguars.
I actually think this is going to be a Jets win.
Dude, I'm very tempted to use my second conditional pick of the year already just on this Jets game for the second consecutive week because if Mike White plays, I think
He's
He's
not
not.
playing.
He's out.
He's
He's
out. Okay,
He's
so
definitely
If he
not
gets
gonna be
hit,
able to-
he's going to have a punctured heart.
yeah.
he's gonna die. Yeah, he will die.
Oh fuck! All right, yeah. No, I the Jags are hot right now, man, and I think the Jets are just gonna have to be the sacrificial lamb here. So I'm gonna go Jags.
If Quinnen Williams is playing,
that actually might be another conditional pick.
yeah, because like Quinnen Williams, yeah, he'll be a game
People-
time decision. On
People give a
third,
shit for the
I think.
conditional picks, but keep in mind, all the real NFL analysts, they get to pick literally like 5 minutes before the game happens.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, he's going to be a game time decision. So
Yeah.
and now on Jets Wire they said that he's better than 50-50. So it's good odds that he's playing, but
I think you guys
You
are
know.
underrating the Jets' defense in this. I think that
Yeah.
it's going to be tough for Lawrence.
the
agree.
Jets.
I think
the
it's
Jets
gonna be a very
defense is
close
good.
game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Jets because if they have to win this game. If they don't win this game, the season's over basically, right? Like that's.
I mean, the
that's it, pretty
Jaguars have
much.
to win this game, too. They're fighting for the division.
Yeah, well, I mean the you know the
Well,
Jets
it's a
have
really
been on
important
a-
game.
The Jets are on a losing streak. They gotta win this. The defense has to play up. I mean, they gotta. I don't know. What is the Jags running defense like? Because basically it's going to come down to everybody knows exactly what the game plan is. They're going
Right.
to stack the box every single play because Zach Wilson can't throw the ball. So our running game has to beat them basically.
Jags
Yeah.
run defense is like middle of the pack.
Okay, so it's possible. And Zonovan Knight's really good, and I don't know.
I see the Jets winning.
Yeah.
Our
I think it's the
assistant
right pick.
coach sees it the same way.
Do I
He's
have
got
the
the
one
Jets.
versus all again with the Jaguars?
No, I got you with the Jags. I picked the Jags
Oh,
as well.
okay.
Yeah.
Never
yeah.
mind. Falcons, Ravens.
I do not think Lamar is playing again.
No.
Yeah, I
Is he
think he's
still
out
out?
again.
But the
Yeah,
Falcons.
Yeah,
also, they have
Falcons
Desmond
are
Ritter.
so
Desmond Ritter's
bad.
also playing. It's
Yeah.
gonna be the Ravens.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Ravens. I hate it
Yeah.
because they just don't deserve to go to the play. This team is not
I
good.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna be the Ravens.
I can't pick the Falcons here though. Yeah, I gotta go Ravens.
Yeah, it's got to be Ravens.
Chaos
Ravens.
also went with the Ravens here.
Yeah.
Chows.
Still out.
Lions, Panthers.
Lions.
That's Lions.
Yeah,
That's easy
Lions.
Lions.
Yeah, Lions.
Yeah,
But
Lions.
It does kind of feel like it could be a trap game, though. But I
mean,
do
it
want
is
the
a trap
Lions.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Panthers
the
defense
Panthers
let
battling
the-
for that divisional spot.
But they let the Mitchell Trubisky Steelers score 24.
Yeah.
They're gonna get blown out by the Lions.
Yeah, I'll say
And
Lions, so.
important to note, like the Lions still, and I mean the Lions offense didn't do a lot against the Jets defense, but they still scored 20 ultimately, right?
Words
So-
that have never been uttered, I'll take for 300, Alex. They're going to get blown out by the Lions. Quote Apollo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seahawks, Chiefs.
Chiefs.
So
Chiefs.
this
Chiefs.
is one of our assistant coaches' best predicted teams, which is not all that shocking considering it is the
Yep.
Chiefs. But
Yeah.
yeah, this is a pretty easy Chiefs pick. Although I want to believe there's a little bit of magic left in the Seahawks, and they kind of need this win, don't they, to stay in contention for the playoffs?
Yeah. Well.
So
yeah, probably.
I don't know, man. The Chiefs have been slipping a little bit. I don't think it's as much of a given as y'all seem to think it is, but I am definitely
true.
gonna still pick the Chiefs.
I think it is. I think they're just going to walk all over him. It's no longer Geno season, Bear.
It's always Geno. From
Geno
now on.
season. Even if they don't make the playoffs, it remains
With
Geno
summer,
season.
winter, fall, spring,
Nope.
Geno season.
Lion. Or wait.
Yep.
Yeah.
Saints, Elves.
Gonna be Elves.
This is a hard week.
I actually
Yeah.
think the Saints can win this one.
I think they
Saints
can
win
too.
Saints
I'm
have a
gonna
lot
go
more to play
Saints.
for.
I think they.
Yeah, give me the Saints.
I'm going to take the Saints too. Our assistant coach picked the Saints as well.
I think I might. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Saints. And this isn't even like last week. It was like I don't want to pick them, but they're probably gonna win. This one, I feel like the Saints actually.
I actually do think they can win.
Fine. Give me the one before.
He's got it. Titans, Texans.
Titans?
Yeah.
I think the
Ooh.
Titans. I mean, they couldn't
This is
stop Derrick Henry
This
last
is a
time.
wi-
Dude,
You have to be careful because this is a really wild rivalry game.
This is a
Yeah.
Derrick Henry game. Give me the Titans.
Cho has picked the Texans
Yeah.
here. I think I might roll with them because the Texans have been looking good. We keep saying it. Like they keep coming close and they're playing really good teams. They're playing
But
teams
their
better
one
than the Titans.
problem is Derrick Henry.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Derrick Henry. He loves beating the Texans, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, yeah, I'll pick the Titans.
Yeah, Titans.
Shout out to our assistant coach for the bold Texans pick, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bengals, Patriots.
Locking the Bengals.
Whoa.
That's a fair lock. He's doing the same,
Yeah.
actually. Cho
Yes,
is.
exactly. I just saw that and I was like,
Mhm.
you know what? That's a good choice.
That's
I
a
think,
safe lock.
Yeah.
I'll take the Bengals too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bengals.
You really think?
This
Did
kid,
you
no.
see
No way.
what happened
come on,
last
come on,
week?
man.
Mac Jones is dead. Emotionally.
Mac Jones has thrown 7 touchdowns.
I normally would
and
pick
8
the Patriots if it didn't if it wasn't blatantly obvious that they're not trying to win anymore. So I guess I'll take the Bengals, but it's hard, man. It's hard picking against the Patriots at home, especially when they've been they've been big brother in this fight for a while. So
That's actually true, yeah.
Giants, Vikings.
I am locking the Minnesota Vikings.
I
Prove
love
it
it.
to me.
I
Prove it to me.
Yes, sir.
You love to see.
I will
it.
also
You
be
really
selecting
do.
the Vikings.
I will also take the Vikings, as will our assistant coach.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Fandor,
picking
I
the
know you're
Vikings.
thinking about it.
I thought about it, and I just don't trust the Giants at all.
That's
Either.
a
So
clean
There's no
Minnesota
way.
sweep, baby.
Yeah,
yeah, I just don't.
there's no way. You know, we
I mean,
say
I
that
think
now,
there's
but
a
this is
way,
gonna be
it's
the
just
one.
I don't know. Bills, Bears.
locking the Bills.
Yeah,
it's
the
Bills.
Bears are like I would be hesitant to lock against the Bears at this point at
By the
all.
way,
but
this game's
yeah.
gonna be -11.
Oh
Wow.
God!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful, dude.
Sounds fun to play in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take
In
the Bills. Cho us took the
important
Bills.
Note: these are all Christmas Eve Saturday games.
These
Yeah,
are
yeah.
that's true.
Fun.
Also, the other game, Seahawks Chiefs is -6, Saints Browns -9, Texans Titans 5, Falcons Ravens 7, and Raiders Steelers -4.
It is
Oh my
very cold
God.
next week for the entire country.
I'm not trying to like unconvince you all of the 1v4, but the Saints do not play well in cold weather. I'm just letting you know.
Good point.
That is a good point.
There's actually, I'm looking at this now. There's only 4 games on Sunday.
Yeah,
Actually.
because it's
Yeah,
Christmas.
it's Christmas Day.
It is Christmas.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I still just can't bring myself to pick the elves, dude. I just can't
Oh,
do it.
you know what? Yeah, this is our Christmas special. We should do something Christmassy.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
at the
pick
end.
the elves as my Christmas. I'm swapping to the elves, folks.
A
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
switcheroo.
That's, Santa is also known for his many
My
legal
Christmas
troubles
special.
over the
I'm
his
picking
whole
the
treatment of
Bears.
the elves.
Whoa, he's picking
Wow.
the Bills.
Is
Crazy.
Justin Fields playing?
Probably.
It won't
I
matter.
mean, I don't know. I mean, that's a good look. If it could happen, it would be Justin Fields doing some wild shit that the Bills
I agree.
don't see coming.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I can say yep.
Merry
also picking the Bills.
Christmas.
All right, now we
Yay.
got the Commanders 49ers.
Give me a
Niners.
49ers lock if you don't mind.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
I'll take
I'll be
that
taking
Yeah, I'll
49ers.
take 49ers. still, but
49ers.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Choaz
lock.
also takes the Niners.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Did we talk about the penalty or the missed penalty on the?
Oh yeah.
Which one?
Oh, we win in on the refs pretty well today.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we didn't mention actually in the Patriots game the
Because we
Raiders
didn't need
touchdown.
to.
Oh yeah.
We
but-
simply didn't need to.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're
And
absolutely
we
right.
talked about McLaurin, how he got confirmation
Yep.
from the line judge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
just a classic.
I mean, Rob, I hate to step over the conspiracy theory line with you, but man, it's so hard to argue against it this season. What's been going on.
I mean, it's not. Look, here's the thing about you don't need like a big formal conspiracy that's organized. You just need a bunch of people to
Well, yeah,
want to make some money. That's it.
It's
Yeah.
crazy because like me and my dad were talking about it last night, and with my stance on it, it's I've always been sort of like it's impossible. Like there's too many variables, there's too many people that would have to
Right.
be involved to
Mhm.
rig stuff. But when you get down to it, it really only takes like 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
if they're in control of the flags and they can erase touchdowns, that sort of thing. We saw it, and on top of that, with the nonsensical Patriots play, like it's just like, dude, come on, like it's looking really strange this
So-
season.
I'll say I watched a mafioso guy talk about how they actually did like game rigging, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think there's a misconception that it's changing wins and losses, but that doesn't really matter. That's not where
About
we're
points coverage, right?
No, it's-
yeah.
exactly.
It's all about the spread. It's all
It's
about
the point spread. And so really all you need to do is you need one guy basically. Like essentially what he said is what would happen is, you'd get young players, you get refs and stuff coming in, playing at our gambling rooms, and then they'd go into debt, some of them, right? And some guys, they rack up quick debt, $500,000, $1 million debt, right? And then you go to them and you go, "Hey, look, don't worry about the 500,000. Don't worry about the $1 million because you're gonna spend." Yeah, we'll forgive that. What you got to do is, if nobody's fumbled by the third quarter, just drop the ball. Or if you're a ref, if they haven't scored this much in this time, it's covering the spread, right? It doesn't take that much for this to happen, and it only takes it even only takes 1 or 2 events in a game that are like game changing.
It gave me it really did kind of like give me a little bit more perspective of like it really doesn't take 52 people to do it. It only takes a couple. So anyway, moving on.
That's
all fun. Yeah.
Where are we?
Eagles, Cowboys.
Eagles, Cowboys.
Eagles, Cowboys.
This is a Minshew game, by the way.
No Jalen Hurts.
Oh, right.
Minshew magic.
Minshew
Give
magic.
me the
Interesting.
Eagles.
Oh man.
Oh man.
So our assistant coach Choas has selected the Cowboys, and I think I'm gonna ride with them because I don't know, man. I don't know about Minshew.
I can't pick against
Yeah.
Minshew magic, dude. I'm going Minshew.
Can't pick against it. I
Exactly.
love that. Yeah, that's good too.
I also cannot pick against Minshew.
Oh
Minshew magic.
man.
Am I feel like the villain now. I feel like I've made a horrible error.
got the heel turn there.
honestly, I'm I'm being peer pressured. It's Minshew mania. It's time.
Yeah,
time.
Minshew mania, brother.
You know what? Pick it 2. Eagles Minshew Mania. Let's go.
Yeah, get fucked, Chaos Knight.
His
Got on
name
your own
is
on Cowboy Island. Have fun.
his name is Gardner Minshew the third, and there's not 3 of them. Rob, it's great.
He's the only one. Actually,
the only
is
one.
the-
Yeah.
is the
only
best
one.
part.
Raiders Steelers.
Give
Okay.
me the.
This is the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception.
Yep.
That's why this game
Yep.
is on Saturday night.
Oh.
Yep. That's why they made a whole spiel about it.
Well,
And it's
it's
gonna
gonna
be the
stink.
Steelers.
It's gonna
Probably.
be horrible.
I am sorry to alert you guys that the Raiders will win this game
Oh no.
because the Steelers have a problem, and that is they cannot
need more
stop
Cowboy.
more than one star player on opposite sides, and you have a star receiver and you have a star running back. One of those two, either Josh Jacobs or Devontae Adams, is going to torch this defense, and the Raiders are going to put up like 30 points, and we're going to lose. Raiders.
Yeah, you
win.
know what? You're right. I'm gonna pick the Raiders.
It's a good point. However, they are the Raiders.
Dude, the Raiders have been doing some silly shit though.
Yeah, well,
They
I mean,
should not have won against the Patriots.
They've been doing some silly shit though, dude.
yeah, I don't think you can count on them embarrassing the Steelers in the. Plus, isn't Kenny Pickett coming back?
He is, but so is Matt Canada.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go Steelers.
All right.
I'll take the 1v4 against my own team.
Nah, I'm with you on the Raiders.
Oh yeah, you're with me. Okay.
What are you eating?
Barbecue.
Nice.
Yummy.
Packers, Dolphins.
Wait, hold on. I didn't take a team. I'm gonna take the.
Ray Romano.
Rob's just taking off.
Steelers. I've been peer pressured too many times. Steelers.
What do you mean? Most of us pick Steelers.
Yeah, that's right.
Packers,
is.
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins.
Cho has
Yep.
also picked the Dolphins.
I will take the Green Bay Packers.
He's going for it. He's going for
I'm
ride or
going
die.
For ride or die, dude.
All right,
Ride
all
or
right.
die.
Well, it's gonna be the Dolphins.
Probably, yeah. Broncos, Rams.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
No kidding, man. Just
Serious.
Broncos.
Broncos, I guess. Yeah.
Is
Say
Russell
tie and move
Wilson
on.
even playing?
It doesn't. It
Who
doesn't
cares?
matter. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really
I
matter.
guess it doesn't. I get.
I'm
mean,
just gonna. I'm
nah,
gonna
I'm
take
gonna
the
take
Rams.
the Rams.
You
Yeah,
can take the
I'm gonna
Rams.
the
Both of you gonna
Rams.
take the Rams. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
guess.
Man, who
Buffalo.
gives a
I
shit?
was
Gives
gonna
a
call
shit,
him
right?
Buffalo Mayfield, which it sounds like a cool.
That's a
name.
cool last name,
right?
Yeah, I love
Yeah, I
that
might,
name.
might write that down. Take that
Yeah.
character.
That's a great cowboy name.
That is.
Yeah, right. Buffalo Mayfield. I'm gonna write that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
Write that
Buffalo
down.
Mayfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Then we have the Buccaneers, Cardinals.
Who
So,
gives a bigger shit?
so these last two games, to at least help you out in your pick'ems, do contain the teams that our assistant coach is best at picking. He's 11-3. He's 11-3 at picking both Cardinals and Chargers games. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with him and say the Bucks are probably gonna take
This
this.
is a Bucks win for sure.
I will also take the Bucks.
I will
He is
be
right.
The Cardinals
Locking.
are shambling.
Locking the
Yeah.
Buccaneers.
Wow.
Locking
No,
the
I think that's
Buccaneers.
smart. I would have locked this if I didn't lock the other game.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
I cannot believe it's a unanimous Bucks pick. Have you guys been?
It's the Cardinals.
The Cardinals
Come
are
on, man,
awful.
yeah.
The Cardinals are
The
horrible.
Buccaneers are god awful.
The Cardinals are
Yeah,
even
but
The
it's
worse.
Cardinals
Tom
are
Brady.
god awful. They just
Yeah.
are.
They
They
don't
are
have a
missing-
quarterback.
they
They,
are-
don't have good coaching. They don't have like anything. They're just bad. They lost
They
to the
got D-Hop.
Broncos like badly.
Look, the bad man on your team has hurt me for so long that I know that it is not over until they are mathematically
so he is dead and
eliminated.
buried. They're
Yeah,
still in the fucking- they're still.
he
in
will
the
haunt
dude.
my dreams forever.
I mean, you guys talk about a must win.
Yeah.
The Bucks
Yeah.
have to win this one.
Exactly.
No
That's why I'm
doubt.
locking this.
No doubt.
Which is why Bowles is going to fumble it, and I'm taking the Cardinals.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh my God, he's
Wow.
crazy.
He's crazy.
He's fumbling his
He's
whole
lost
pick'em
it.
season, dude.
He's
He's
crazy.
fumbling it now at the end, at the goal line.
Speaking of
No, I'm
fumbles,
going to take the Bucks because the Cardinals suck.
All
right.
right. He's
Yeah.
not that crazy.
Uh,
Back to
Chargers, Colts.
Chargers.
Colts.
All right.
Same justification here. Show us his pick. The Chargers. I shall do the same.
Yeah, I mean he's 11-3.
Yep.
Chargers
Or
are,
they're
like, they're not
11-3.
inspiring, but they still have the opportunity to put up big points. And I feel like the Colts
I
are an
understand.
anomaly of shit.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I gotta go Chargers because I don't trust Colts anymore.
Fully
Yeah,
agree.
I'm definitely take the Chargers. It's the Jeff Saturday Colts. I mean they've been pretty bad.
Yeah.
They've been. This experiment has not worked out, or it has actually, because they're getting the best pick or one of the best picks.
Right.
I'm gonna be a man and stick to my guns and not pick the Chargers.
He's doing it.
Yeah,
Wow.
no,
All
he
right.
said it. He did
Look at
say
that.
it.
Now we've got Randy picks.
Randy. We remembered Randy this time without
know.
having to stop.
Yeah.
I think
No,
There you go. No, wait, hold
We
on.
got
That's right.
Randy's Jaguars.
Ah, you fucker.
Randy's
Fuck you, Randy.
Falcons. Lions.
Yep.
Seahawks.
Let's go.
Wow.
Geno season.
Elves.
Dino season.
Boo.
Texans.
Yeah,
Let's
Randy.
go, Randy.
Patriots.
Oh boy. All right. He had the ball
Okay.
at least.
literally gonna be
Giants.
50-50. It's
New
gonna be
York
50-50.
Giants.
Wow.
Pick the Giants over the Vikings.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Bills.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Commanders.
Wow, Randy.
The Cowboys.
Uh-huh.
Well,
The
wrong.
Steelers.
Yeah.
The Dolphins.
Yeah.
The Broncos.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
Buccaneers.
Yay.
And the Chargers.
And he's playing it safe this week, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
And-
mean, you know,
He did take the Texans bear.
I mean, he throws a couple in there.
Oh,
every
and
now
look at
and then.
this.
he likes curveballs. That Randy.
Yeah.
Randy will be locking the Buffalo Bills.
Oh,
Wow.
all
That's,
right.
I mean, it's a smart lock. Smart lock
He's-
from Randy.
Yeah.
I mean, I picked it and everyone was like, it wasn't a smart lock.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
but
picked
Randy's
the damn
a lot
Bears,
cooler
dude.
than you, okay? He's a coin and he has magic.
He does have magical
He's not
powers.
even a coin though.
He is also
Okay,
not an
we don't
actual.
need
It would be
this.
a lot better if he was a real coin. Yeah,
We
if I'm
should
being
get
honest.
a real coin at some
Someone
point.
mint us a coin.
Yeah,
we,
do
you know
need a
what we
fully
got to do
minted
is we
coin.
got to buy one of those machines that presses coins.
Yeah,
that
there
we
go.
Yeah,
I do have a magical coin, actually.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, I put. Well, I didn't do it, but I had some visitors, and one of them, we had 2 quarters, and they just put them on the hood of my car, and we just forgot about them. And then I drove off, and I drove onto the highway, and legit was like driving around 60 plus miles per hour. Came back home. There was one of the 2 coins still in the exact same place I
That's
left
pretty
it, on the
crazy.
hood of the car.
Dude, we should have been using
It
that
is
the whole
a
fucking
magical
show.
coin.
You got to flip next year. You got to flip that
Oh,
for each
Jesus
one of our
Christ,
teams
no.
for the whole season
No.
and see how it.
I mean, why next
see
year?
how
Why don't we just do it
works.
next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, you could. You can do it for playoffs.
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 And that'll do it. Thanks for listening, everybody. Here's a list of all the patrons.
Patreon.
Thank you for the patrons.
Thanks for the Patreon patrons.
The Patreon list is not showing up, folks. It is not showing up. Here's a list of last week's patrons, which might be the same. There they are.
Hey, we did it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Patreon.
Thank you, Patreon.